Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today, it's a little bit of a low energy day, I guess. I think yesterday was so high energy, like yesterday was such a exciting slash there was potential for excitement, but there maybe wasn't as much excitement as we were hoping for kind of day. So obviously over the last few days, we have had the World Championship for Duel Links. Now obviously the TCG stuff is still going on, but I'm not like super invested in the TCG. I don't play the TCG, haven't played it in a long time, so I'm not really bothered about who wins that. For me, realistically, the Duel Links stuff was the important stuff. And it's been a good couple of days, right? We got to experience the Swiss, which was really cool. We watched that with Grand, we watched that with Sean, we watched that with King, and it was a good time, right? We had a fun time watching that. We got to see Giorfio and Parco make it to Top Cup, which was really, really exciting. Unfortunately, we did also see Quantum and Zenzo not make the semi-finals, which was disappointing, but we kind of knew after a certain point that only two people were going to get in anyway, and if I was going to pick two, I would always pick my boys Parco and Giorfio. I'm just saying. Obviously, it would have been absolutely fantastic if the top four was just those four. That would have been amazing. But life doesn't always work out the way you want it to, right? So then we got to see the semis, and the semis was also really fun. Unfortunately, both the people we wanted to qualify for the grand finals both lost, and that was really disappointing. So Parco lost basically because he got really bad RNG. So you could make an argument for like his baseball game, he could have not gone aggressive, right? But I think in that situation, going aggressive is correct most of the time, unless you know exactly you're going to get OTK'd on the crackback. Because that was the thing with Parco's games. I think he got OTK'd like turn 2 in both the games, or in all 3 of the games that he lost. At least in 2 of the games that he lost. But the other games he actually played really, really well. The only real big downside was the Light Galaxy. The Light Galaxy deck, it just felt like just was not playing ball with Parco whatsoever. It's the strongest deck in the game, and I think Parco's win rate on it was actually really, really low. As for Giorfio, he played really well, and it's really, it feels really bad. Because it did feel like Giorfio could have made it, right? He had the lethal on board. He had the lethal on board, and he timed out. And it's so heartbreaking when that happens, because all I can imagine is Giorfio, like, at that time being like, this is why I'm not going to win Worlds. This was the fatal mistake, spending too much time on this. And it's so, it's gut-wrenching, but it's so sad, but it's, you know, we're still proud. We're still proud of the boys. We're still proud of the boys. They made it to top 4 at Worlds. That is still a massive accomplishment. And again, really, really, really proud of them. But before we continue talking about this, we should say hello to everyone in chat. So hello. Luis Fernando with the first. We have Zaki Boys with the second. We have a Human Portuguese Dub Fan. Is this the tier list update where we put Jointech tier 1? Yes, so for anyone that doesn't know, Human Portuguese Dub Fan did get Jointech's first tournament win yesterday in this current meta, which is very, very exciting. Now, again, I don't want to like diminish the accomplishment, but the first week of results we tend to not have as high a stakes in, because this is when people are still like testing shit out and working out what they're going to do. A lot of people are trying out the new stuff and not as many people are playing the old stuff, but a win is a win is a win. So massive congratulations to a Human Portuguese Dub Fan for doing that. We also have Monosync in the chat, who is 3rd/4th, and we'll do an exclamation mark Mono for the boys. We've always got to rep the boys. Welcome on in, Mono. Mono obviously going to be unbelievably excited for the new Miss Mutton and Cosmo Princess cards that are coming out. We should also look at those today at some point. I didn't actually get those up already, so I'll go ahead and do that now quick. But still very, very happy to see Mono, and obviously Mono, massive Shadowverse guy. We do want to open our Shadowverse packs today. We're not actually planning to play any Shadowverse on stream, but I've got like the packs ready to open, and I'm like, I just want to open the packs, so why not do it on stream, right? That's the logic we're going with. Finally, I can dust off my good old Seal of Orichalcos. Yes, I mean, we'll be going over all of that, all the new... So, alright, I'm just going to, like, drop this in here quick. Was anyone else, like, disappointed by the announcement? Not by the stuff they announced. The stuff they announced was cool, right? I'm not upset with the stuff they did announce. I'm upset with how they announced it. How it didn't have a trailer. It was just, this thing's coming. Look. Anyway, moving on. And I was like, guys, you could have made this so exciting. And also, the stuff they didn't announce, because there's more stuff coming, but they didn't tell us about. Obviously, they didn't tell us about any upcoming product, which was really disappointing. Obviously, we saw the new currency. They refused to explain that as well. So it was like, we know this stuff is coming. You just chose to not hype it up for no reason at all. I don't know, it just seems really lame, just the way they did it. And then, obviously, you know, it would have been nice if there was some sort of other thing. Like, oh, a new game mode coming. Or, oh, a new feature is coming to the game that's going to be really exciting. And it just felt like it was really lackluster when it could have been really, really, really cool. But we'll catch up with chat quick. It's time for Dragon Tribe Fusion. Probably get more news for Speed. But in the next year, we get Rituals. I think Rituals next year is a good shout. Because the rate we've been going, we keep skipping over all of, like, the bad decks. And if we keep skipping the bad decks, we will get to Rituals very, very quickly. Filler Arc is actually kind of cool. That means we're going to get skills for a lot of really shitty ducks. I'm going to assume that's decks. That hopefully make the better. I really want that to be ducks, though. I really want it to be ducks. Hello, Tracimo TV. Welcome, welcome on in. eHero GX plus probably more Tag Force exclusive cards, like the other rings of Orichalcos. That would be really, really cool. That would be really, really cool. Quantum wins in my heart. Yeah, I mean, massive, massive shout out to Quantum for doing just, like, so well. I mean, especially, like, he barely practiced, as far as we know, for Worlds. Now, obviously, he did end up, you know, right at the bottom, but still, you know, he probably had a great time, probably had a lot of fun. Jorfio lost for time. Sad. Yeah, it's very, very sad. Parker was going to make Light Galaxy and not get hit. I mean, we hope not. Probably be nervous. Hello, Jay. Welcome, welcome. Who else have we got? 2 screenshots and not even a trailer. Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. Hello, Brad, as well. I'm sure glad we got 2 JPEGs and not a trailer. And the reveal was balked on stream. Yeah, so I was watching it. I was in a call with Icy, Sean, Hunter. And just for everyone, the stream just hiccuped. And then I watched your video, Brad, where you watched, you know, you had your live reaction. I did the same thing. I was recording my live reaction, and it was just like, cut. And I was like, no, this is annoying. And then when we eventually did get it back on, we saw the reveal. It was like, I mean, we didn't really miss anything anyway. It was a nothing announcement. It was, like you say, it's 2 JPEGs. It's like, like, again, I don't dislike what they gave us, right? I think, you know, 5-headed dragon, cool, right? I'm excited for that. DM getting, like, the remake or whatever, that's cool. Getting the filler characters, that's cool. I'm excited for all of that. Where's the rest of it? That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? I'm like, guys, you had one job. The thing is, it wouldn't have taken much, right? You just need, like, a little video, a little bit of hype music, characters flashing on the screen. You could have, like, Noah come in. You could have Darts come in or something, right? Then you just, like, you could have just talked about the new boxes that are coming out. Like, we know we're getting the 5-headed dragon. We've got a data mined dragon skill. So, like, we're getting something, whether it's a structure deck, whether it's the next box, whether it's something. We know something's coming. So you could have just, like, shown the cover card and, like, the art for the box, and that could have been it. And that still would have just been something more. It felt like we got so... it's the biggest nothing burger. It's so sad. It's so sad. Kind of weird. PowerPoint announcement. Exactly. I mean, to be fair, their trailers are quite often quite, like, simple. But they're still hype, right? They're still exciting. But this one was just like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, we're doing this. Here's, like, 500 dragons coming, and we're also doing an update to the world, and here's a splash of Yugi with Kaiba, Noah Kaiba, and Darts in the background. And anyway, moving on, let's break down the speed finals. And it was like, why have we, like, rushed through this? Like, come on, guys, what are we doing? It's Worlds, it's about TCG and Master Duel. We are the afterthought. But the thing is, last year we weren't, right? Last year we got the trailer. They did the Go Rush World announcement. We got Fusions announced. They showed off the new box. They showed, well, I don't think they showed off the new box. They showed off, what, Cyber End Dragon? And then we got to speculate about the box. I don't know, did they show off the box? I don't think they showed off the box last year. I think they just showed off Cyber End Dragon and something else. I think they showed off 3 cards. If I remember correctly, it was 3 cards they showed off. Lagged PowerPoint announcement. Yeah, exactly. How have you been making 5-headed in Rush, Poly, and use 5 dragons? No, you do not use Poly and 5 dragons. That going like -5 to summon a 5-headed dragon is not the way, my friend. I will tell you that right now. Yeah, you use Dragon Tribe Fusion is the way you get it out. If you can't Dragon Tribe Fusion, you just don't summon it. Like, most of the time you wouldn't play Polymerization anyway. Love your videos, bro. I've been a fan of it for a long time. I mean, yeah, Brad's videos are so good. Brad's videos, like, I sort of put, like, I understand that my videos are very low effort, and that's because I don't get a lot of spare time to put into it. Like, I could, like, not ever stream, and then I'd have, like, an extra 6 to 9 hours a week to actually make the videos better, but I like streaming, so, like, in managing my time well, and just not being a very good editor, I make my videos, like, super basic. Brad spends like a lot of time making his videos really, really good, and it comes across, especially in his thumbnails, that looks so clean, so clean. So obviously, massive, huge shout out to Brad. It was weird too that we didn't get the speed box announced, which would be in the next few days. Yeah, that is also like just getting nothing. It's just like we had nothing announced. I don't know. Like, did Master Duel get anything announced? I assume Master Duel did get some sort of announcement. Obviously, I didn't watch Master Duel. I didn't watch the final, so I don't know. But it's still, I don't know. It felt like they could have done so much more and they did the bare minimum. It was just very sad. The most disappointing thing about this Yu-Gi-Oh! World is that they didn't show standalone Rush announcement. I mean, that's like the hard cope, right? I mean, we weren't expecting that, so hey, Corey, welcome. Now they showed Fusion, Cyber End, and Seven's Paladin. That's right. So I guess, in a way, they did only show 2 cards, and this year they only showed 2 cards, so I guess it's the same. But, like, there was so much more implications, right? Here, it's like, we're probably getting Dragon Tribe Fusion. We don't, strictly speaking, have to get Dragon Tribe Fusion. It would be really weird if we didn't get Dragon Tribe Fusion. That's kind of all it really told us. Is that Hikari in the chat? Exclamation mark Hikari to shout out Hikari. Welcome. Hikari obviously did do her own coverage of Worlds, which was very exciting. I did watch a decent chunk of it, but obviously I was covering it myself, so I didn't do too much with that. But you were covering it with Rarity, which has been quite the exciting little dynamic duo that you've got going on there. By the way, I mean, we did speak about this a little bit on your stream yesterday when you were running the tournament. But if you ever did want to do any collab, or you want to do like co-streaming, or you want me on your stream at any point, Hikari, you can just ask, right? Like, it's fine. I'm not like some wild animal, right? I'm not gonna like bite your head off. If you want me to do something with you, it's completely fine. I'm down to do stuff. I'm always really excited to do it. It would be cool to have a double event in advance of the Go Rush characters. We only have 5 Go Rush characters. Yes! The big one for me is Rovian. Are we getting Rovian as the next one? Because I think if we do, it's actually kind of lame. Right? Like, does anyone actually want Rovian? Does anyone actually want pre-contact fusion wind psychics? Like, it's a fun kind of gimmick, I guess, but like, it's not a super competitive deck. It's not super interesting or exciting. And if we get that, that means we push everything else back, right? So that means we're pushing the Lug back. We're pushing Phaser back, right? And I'm like, I want to get to them. Like, the Lug and Phaser are like the cool characters with the interesting decks, with the cool new mechanics and stuff, right? That's the stuff I'm like, give me that. So, like, the idea of getting Rovian as the next character just seems really, really boring to me. Thanks for the Blaze Fiend deck list. I've been using it lots and had fun with it. Hello, United. Welcome on in. Yeah, the Blaze Fiend deck is cool. So if anyone doesn't know, I got top 4 with Blaze Fiends in Mono's OCG tournament. Had a lot of fun with it. Unfortunately, that's the second best we've ever done because we did get second place before. The deck is just super bricky, though. That's always going to be the issue with it. It's so bricky. If you don't brick, the deck's actually pretty cool. But it's like, how often are you going to not brick, you know? I suppose that's what it really comes down to. I was hoping we get that deck in Duel Links. I mean, we'll get it eventually, right? No matter what, we must do, right? You don't bite. I don't actually bite. That is a thing. Tomato wants to steal Akari's guest spot, but thanks, same to you. Yeah, my thing is, I'm just really lazy. That's my problem. So, like, I never bother setting up any kind of collabs with anyone. I just wait until I'm approached by other people. I'm just really lazy. That's fundamentally what it is. Hello, Dr. Stupid. To be fair, real life TCG got Blue Eyes Shining Dragon years before they get Ultimate Dragon. So not like Konami, a strange releasing card and then having no legal way to summon it. Well, we do have a legal way to summon it. The 5-headed dragon right now. We can just use polymerization. It's just a bit of a faff, right? But I will say that was a unique problem to TCG. In OCG, they got Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon before Shining. So it did make sense for the Japanese side of things, right? We were just the only ones that were, like, weird with it. I want Rovian ever since Go Rush World was announced. Yeah, but do you want Rovian at the expense of getting the Lugan phaser, like, multiple months later? That's my question, I suppose. I think the worst part of the announcement was that we didn't get anything quality of life or real changes. It was like, hey, here's 2 random cards. DM gets a bit visual update, and hey, here's a new way to spend your real money. I think it is going to be more than a visual update. I think they are going to do more stuff in it. Like, there'll be like more rewards, there'll be more gems to get. I think they will do stuff there, but again, without actually saying, it's really hard to know, right? I was hoping we actually got some cool things from China Duel Links. Yeah, I was really, really hoping for like classic mode or GOAT format or something extra. Just like an extra little thing just to play with, but like just nothing. New World Class, speed ban list, and the end of the Rush service in late September. Well, considering they've just announced a new card for Rush, that would be interesting. That would be an interesting one. Card collection binders, animated, game mats, crafting, character unlocks without reruns, free unlocks gold 1 week later, card trader refresh with gold, 98% of the regular inventory, box scripts, different piece prices for different rarities, gems, and a maintenance banners. I mean, that's the other thing we should talk about. Last year, I believe Worlds concluded on the 7th of September, and we had a ban list on the 9th of September. That's if I'm recording this correctly. Now, for Speed, not much changed. I think we had Kyber Corp Bling got changed. For Rush, we had like 2 nothing cards, like unlimited, and then we had a couple of skills buffed. So I am curious if we are going to have another ban list very, very quickly after Worlds. And the other thing is, would they... So assuming they follow the same timeline, and it's 2 days after Worlds. Now, is 2 days after Worlds Tuesday? Or is it tomorrow? Right? Because Worlds is still kind of going on. But Duel Links Worlds finished yesterday, so... It's interesting. It's interesting to work out what they're going to do. A Light Machine skill was nerfed too, if I recall correctly. What was the skill nerf? Was the skill nerf that you could only search once or something? I can't even remember. I literally can't remember. I also don't know why that would be nerfed when, like, Psychic was the best deck at Worlds. So that's a weird one. Speed probably isn't getting a ban list because KC Cup starts in 12 days. Well, that's the other thing. They could just save Rush as well, right? They could just be like, we'll just do Speed and Rush after KC Cup. Like, they could just wait. There's nothing holding them to this timeline. They have the power to do whatever they want. I'm just hoping that Filler World also means we get filler from the other series too in the future. I would expect that we will go through the worlds, maybe not in like chronological order, but I would expect we'll go through each world and then we'll give it the same makeover that we're giving DM World. So we've already seen a big-ish update for... where we're getting like 4 skin IDs for 5Ds. So I could see us doing that as like the next one. So like we'll do DM, then you'll do 5Ds where we get a bunch of new skins, and then maybe with that we could get some like 5Ds filler characters. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read the 5Ds manga, so I have no idea who in 5Ds is a filler character, assuming there are filler characters. I read DM and I've read GX, so I know a lot of those characters, a lot of which characters are filler and how they differ from the manga counterparts, but I have no idea with 5Ds. Rush can probably get a ban list. I mean, anything can get a ban list, right? It's just will it, right? Tomato, are you happy with the filler arcs? I am happy with that. I mean, it's nothing... There's no negative, right? It's all still Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, for me, Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't the manga. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the show, right? That's just how I grew up. Like, so to me, all of these characters are still real Yu-Gi-Oh characters. So the fact that Noah and Dance aren't in Duel Links, in my mind, is a little bit weird. Because I'm like, well, they're part of Yu-Gi-Oh, so they should be here. Like, just sticking to the manga never really made much sense to me. Like, I kind of get it, but I'm just like, you could just bring out the manga characters. So now we're getting them, it's quite exciting. The only issue is, they don't really play real decks, right? Like, Noah, his deck is just, like, a hodgepodge pile of crap, most of which aren't real cards. So he plays, like, Chiron the Mage. I think he played some dinosaur cards. He played, like, the Ice Age stuff. Then he plays, like, Shinato's Arc and some Spirit Monsters. So, like, it's kind of all over the place. So God knows what, like, deck he's going to have or skills. And then Darts, like, 99% of his deck aren't real cards. It's, like, Divine Serpent Gare. And then, like, the Seal of Orichalcos. And then, like, 30 cards that are just anime exclusive. So, like, some of them are just going to be weird. And it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with them. 1 world per year, another 9 years till end of service. I mean, absolutely could be. Absolutely could be. We are getting the Dragons arc. My biggest wish has come true. I'm so happy. Alistair's Fire is coming. I can't believe it. Alistair's Fire. So I've always remembered Alistair as having the toy ship thing. So he has like his little action figure. And then like he had the big floating battleship that would like spit the toys out. And that was his deck. That's all I really remember of him. Because I think he had like a tank as well as his ship. As well in his deck. But like, it was all anime exclusives. So I have no idea what they're actually doing with it. I hate Rush, but only why my champion vote in Rush is true, not speed. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Chupataro in 2032. Could be. For the Go Rush World update. No, I'm happy. Meek-chan max date confirmed. That is exciting. You read my sentence wrong. I'm so happy. We could get Duel Links exclusive cards where they make new cards for them. I mean, I don't think I read it wrong. But, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with anime exclusive cards. Like, so Duel Links has got a handful of anime exclusive cards, but they don't have them like as an entire deck, right? I think to make something like Darts work using his like anime deck, you've got to have like an entire deck of anime exclusive cards, and that's going to be really weird. Noah can get decent spirit skills. I mean, could do. Hello, Moon. Welcome. If we got Sherry LeBlanc for 5Ds, we can definitely hardcode and get Misty, the Reptile Dark Signer. I think anything's on the table. Anything's on the table. Literally anything. Guess skill. Do we really want a guess skill? Like, is that something we actually want? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Alator? Oh, is that not Alistair? Is Alator not Alistair? Who is Alator? Who the heck is Alator? Alator Yu-Gi-Oh! There's Alato. And there's Alistair. Those are the only ones I know. I do not believe there is an Alator. Are you ready for post-times tip join tech support going from tier 1 to tier 0? I mean, it'd be really cool if it does. He plays fire monsters. Sorry, let's swap over here. Let's just triple check what's going on it, right? So Alistair's deck. Let's have a look. So he has are you talking about the Gorlag cards? Is this what we're talking about? Is this a fire card? This is a fire card. So this card gains. Let's try and make this at least somewhat not awful. This card gains 500 attack for each face-up fire monster on the field. When this card destroys the opponent's monster by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon that monster to your side of the field phase attack position at the end of the battle phase. Treats as a fire monster. Okay, so this is like his quote-unquote fire deck that we're talking about, which is just Gorlag. It's Gorlag. It's just Gorlag and a couple of spell cards. Like his real deck is this one, the army deck. This is his real deck, which is Air Fortress Cigarette as like the big main card, right? Which is like level 8. 2500, cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except with Sky Union. This card is unaffected by the effects of your opponent's spell and trap cards. During each of your end phases, especially summon a robot token in defense position. That token cannot declare an attack. While you control a robot token, your opponent cannot select another monster you control as an attack target except the robot token. So this is what I remember as like his main deck, because this was like his main duel. Because the other one was like his just like I'm half playing as Pegasus, like I'm role playing as Pegasus. By the way, his Gorlag, and then like this is his like actual deck. And it's Alistair, not Alistor. Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear. I know it sounds a bit pedantic, but it's very confusing because it does sound like Alato. Isn't Noah Kaiba in China because there's spirit skills for him? I mean, Brad would be the one to ask about Chinese Duel Link stuff. Part of me is like, do I want to go through the hassle of playing the Chinese version of the game? Part of me wants to. Because, like, I would just play the GOAT format and then, like, just play it with all the differences. They've just got, like, the ABC stuff, right? Which is kind of cool. By the way, whenever Brad releases a new video talking about Chinese Duel Link, I'm always, like, really excited. I'm always like, all right, we're turning off all the other screens. I want to focus on this video. Bam, we're going to watch this. That's always, like, my favorite content. Like, it's so good. Because it's just interesting, right? It's, like, it's so close to what I'm currently playing, but it's still, like, super relevant to my interests. Maybe they'll add the anime-only cards and make them Duel Links exclusive, kind of like what they did with the Tag Force cards. They absolutely could do that. They absolutely could do that. I'm just wondering, because if they do that with all of the filler characters, that's going to be a shit ton of them. That's so many anime exclusives all coming into the game at once. And I wonder if people are going to then be like, you know, Duel Links is not, it's not real. You got these fake cards. I mean, for the most part, I don't think that really matters. Because Duel Links is kind of its own thing at this point, but... I feel we need to explore Duel Links exclusive cards more, why not? He plays Fire Monsters, he Duel Kaiba. Why Quantum still so short? I mean, I'm not really know what you're expecting, right? Quantum's like a 30-year-old man. Like, bro ain't growing much more anymore. I'm sorry, that's just what he is. I'm hoping they print more cards for Dragon's Arc, as it would be cool. I expect they will. I just am curious as to what cards we will get, right? Like, I think there's a lot of stuff you could give Darts, because, like, his entire deck is, like, anime exclusive, right? The game is just so much better in every single aspect, except more pay to win and no rush. Yeah, not having Rush is a pretty big negative, let's be honest. I wonder if they don't care about having a Rush digital in China. Because in China, is there any way to play Rush legit? Like, you just have to play the international version of Duel Links? Fly me to the moon? Oh yeah, you've always got to fly to the moon. Hello, by the way, Sweet. You should drop an exclamation mark Sweet in the chat. There we go. Yeah, the song is Fly Me to the Moon but from Bayonetta. But, alright, let's finish our Worlds chat real quick, right? So we had the World Championship. It was exciting. I had fun. Obviously, we had Sniffus, or Snifus, I don't know exactly how this is meant to be pronounced, winning for speed. This was really, really exciting. And we had Yamahara? I can't remember the name exactly. Sensei winning Rush, which, like, the Rush was really disappointing. I'm sure you all watched it, so you kind of know this, but it was very quick. It was very and we're kicking off, and it's done, and no way to play Rush in China outside of owning the cards. Oh, are there Chinese Rush Duel cards, is the other question. So I know there's Korean, and I know there's Japanese. I don't know if there's Rush Duel, like Chinese-specific Rush Duel cards. The JP cards. Okay. Rush Finals was awful. Hello, by the way, Serena. Welcome. Day 1 was good, but we get to day 2, and it was just bad. We'll do a / shout out to Serena, I think. We haven't used a shout out today. We've got to make sure we spell this correctly. That's the trick. Excelente. We've done it. It was... Yeah, day 1 was really good. Day 2 felt like a combination of misplays and bad luck. So I was talking to Parko about this, and Parko was saying how Kiryu made like a misplay on his Light Galaxy deck. And the logic was, so he basically had 3 spell cards including a fusion. He had Trileo and he had Eve, right? So his options were set 5 or summon out both monsters, activate fusion, or summon out Trileo, activate Trileo, mill 3, which would have adjusted the cards he would have drawn. So with hindsight, we know that was 100% the correct play. Then you could activate fusion, combine them into Galactiara Fuse Eve. If we did mill a monster, which I think we know we wouldn't have milled a monster because we saw the next turn went, then we are able to get that onto the board. So if we milled like an Oblivion, that would be perfect. The board we end on is Galactiara Fuse Eve and Oblivion, right? So that was the other play he could have made. Now, again, with hindsight, we 100% know that was the correct play. Right, 100% know that was the correct play because he was going to brick in the next turn. I personally think I would have done the fusion play because otherwise there's a chance you take like a ridiculously huge amount of damage. Now, you shouldn't die on the crackback no matter what, unless your opponent opens basically custom. But I think because both plays are fine, I personally think that I would put that game down to just bad luck, right? I would put that down to bro had a good chance, but he drew 5 really bad cards and couldn't do anything, right? So it's kind of whatever. As for the Uwamu game, that is where we get into the realm of why did we do this. So he had a Flapdragon on the board, and then he did his full combo, went into the Red Boot Enhanced, but didn't use the Flapdragon before tributing it off to summon out the normal Red Boot. So it was like, you had the option to go for lethal, but you chose not to take it. And I don't know if that was just nerves. Because at the end of the day, if you are in the World Finals, you literally have like security dudes surrounding you, making sure you're not cheating. You've got massive cameras on you. You've got a studio audience staring at you. You know that there are people at home watching, like thousands and thousands of people. So like, the nerves are going to get to you. But I do think that there were a decent amount of misplays at Worlds, and not just in the Grand Finals. Going across the entire thing, I think there was numerous like misplays and like suboptimal plays. But again, if I was on the world stage, I would be misplaying. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way I'm not making mistakes. I would be nervous as all hell. It's one of those things, right? It's one of those things. High stakes puts you in like a high stress situation, right? Rush was absolute cinema. It was very sad. Rush Finals was underwhelming. Just Korean and JP. There we go. They're just going to change Rush to 8,000 life points after this. I would love that. I've been saying that for 2 years, but who knows? Shout out, no way. Always give the shout outs. And now Konami will hit Dark Galaxy because they didn't know their game and they only watched the finals. Well, Dark Galaxy, at the very least, Yurahama, the world champion, he went completely... He had a 0% win rate on Dark Galaxy until the Grand Finals. So he played 4 games with Dark Galaxy, I believe, and he lost all of them. So... But then again, he also had a really, really bad win rate on Spellcasters, again, until the Grand Final. He had 0% win rate on Casters until he played against Kiryu. Tomato, hello, Victor, welcome, welcome. The finals was so boring. Gunkin Suship Shari just subscribed with Prime. Thank you, Gunkin Suship Shari. As always, we do love that you're here.
Gunkin Suship Shari just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you for the subscription. Shari's been around for so long as well. Like, Shari is one of our most dedicated viewers. We absolutely love Shari here. Parko bring Red Boot? I don't think Parko bring Red Boot. Parko did not bring Red Boot. I don't know why you think Parko brought Red Boot, but Parko did not bring Red Boot. Have you looked over the new OCG arts, the Cosmo, Princess, and Planets archetype, the artwork for Blackluster Soldier, and the new effect for Miss Mutton Maximum? What is the new effect? Because I thought it looked exactly the same. I read over it, and I already had like a rough idea of what the original one did, and I was like, these kind of just look the same. So without like specifically Googling it, I wouldn't be able to tell you what the difference is. Making sure the microwave isn't near. Yeah. I think it's just nerves. Hello, JD Scrub. Welcome. Rush Finals was unfortunate. Yeah, it's, the Rush Finals was really kind of just sad. Especially because I really wanted Kiryu to win. Like, I was all in on Kiryu to win. So just everyone I wanted to win didn't end up winning, and that's just kind of sad. But it was still pretty cool. And we did get to see a very interesting baseball list from our champion. Now, I don't think this ended up mattering. I could go and get his list, but I can't be asked, so I'm just not going to. But he was playing a hero engine. He was playing 3 copies of Elemental Circulation and 3 copies of Elemental Hero Burstinatrix to try and turbo into the OTK, basically, which was really, really cool. Other than that, there wasn't really any other, like, strange builds. Everything in Rush was pretty unified. But Speed is where stuff got really, really interesting. So I was actually fortunate enough to watch the grand finals with Icy, Sean, Shui, and Hunter. And we had a really, really good time watching it. We just got to, like, chat shit a lot of the time. And watching these games was so much fun. Like, some of these games were amazing. Some of them were kind of whatever, right? Like, we had this Speedroid game where it was just Floodgate spam. And it was like, oh, great. We're just spamming Floodgates. But, like, even that was, like, interesting. It was, like, it was fun to watch. I would have hated to play that game, but I loved watching it. And we kept joking that the game was going to come down to a Shadow Mirror. Like, we were saying Shadow Mirror is going to be the finals, and then it was. And it was, oh, it was peak. It was so good. But it's one of those weird things as well where a lot of the finals, I think, came down to, like, the coin flip. Like, the coin flip, I feel like, was so impactful. Like, so impactful just every single game at Worlds. And it's a shame that that's the thing, right? Because you can be, like, losing all of the game. Like, you can be, like, 0-2, and then the coin flip still goes against you. And you have no way to counteract that. Whereas, like, in other games, you can at least say, like, all right, yeah, can I go first now? Because I'm losing, right? But you can't even do that in this, which is kind of sad. Left is all cards effects protection now, not just traps. Middle does not increase its level anymore. Oh, because is it already like a... Wait, so is it just a level... Is it just level 7 all the time, even in maximum mode? That's weird. Does not have to be in maximum mode to add any card, and has to be maximum mode to add all 3. Okay. Also, all 3 pieces are now Miss Mutton in Grave, not just 1. Okay, that's pretty cool. But they aren't normal in Graveyard. Okay. Ban Winder. I mean, maybe. I keep seeing... The 2 biggest things that people complain about the Speed format is Winder and Tax Dragon. It's not even like, oh, I hate Shadow. Oh, I hate Despia. Oh, I hate Chimera. It's, I hate Winder and I hate Tax Dragon. So, like, as someone who's played against those cards, as someone who's played with Tax Dragon, as someone that's, like, seen a lot of the play around those cards, part of me is just like, can we just get rid of those 2? And then I think most people would have a lot less to complain about. I suppose you could make the argument, like, Despia would be so much weaker without Tax Dragon, but, like, so... Anyway, I think the issue is, because Tax Dragon is so new, and it's a bundle, they are not planning to hit that card. So it's just going to exist. And even if they nerf Despia in other ways, people are still going to be like, I fucking hate Tax Dragon. So it's just like, it's so awkward. It's so awkward. Duel Links format's too interesting. Import Max C, please. Well, that was the interesting thing. At Worlds, for Speed at the very least, it was actually really interesting, right? We had Shadow, Despia, Chimera, Resonators, Utopia, and then Shadow, Ancient Gear, Sky Striker, Speedroid, Utopia. So the only overlap of the 2 finalists was Shadow and Utopia. Which meant there were, what, 7 decks? No, 8. There were 8 different decks at Worlds in the grand final, which is really, really exciting. Whereas if you look over at Rush, it was both had Spellcasters, both had Light Galaxy, both had High Tech, both had... Was it Elemental Hero on Zuijo? I don't think this was Elemental Hero. No, this wasn't. This is wrong. This is supposed to be Voidvelg, I believe. Unless Dwan was wrong. I don't know. Dwan's in the chat. I mean, we actually have Dwan here, so we could double confirm. I am 99% sure this was Tiffing. Like, I'm 99% sure this was Tiffing. Also, hello, Dwan. Welcome, welcome. Level 7, yes. Level 7 maximum. First time I was really invested in a Shadow mirror, lol. And it wasn't like a really long one. It was a nice short one, which was also really cool. Crimson is Winder's biggest offender, and it's actually annoying. So I like Crimson. I think Crimson's like, he's a really friendly guy. I agree. He really likes Winder, and he keeps defending Winder, and I also disagree with that entirely. I think Winder is such an unfun card. And when anyone says it's a necessary evil, I'm always like, what are you talking about? Like, it is not. You could just get rid of it. You don't need that. While I am excited, we need to get rid of the floodgates. I feel in Duel Links we need a big ban list. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm a speed tourist, right? So when it comes to speed, my opinion should be taken very much with a pinch of salt. I think I would get rid of Winder. I think we're not hitting Despia. If we are, we're hitting cards that are just like old cards. Like maybe you put like, I don't know, maybe you put Morning Starter 1. But even that doesn't really do anything because you have a search with the Link monster. So like, I don't know, you could ban the Link or you could ban the first Dark Lord. But then it then comes down to, again, like, that's kind of your big play. So if the first Dark Lord goes away, does Despia just kind of stop being a deck for the most part? It's a really weird one to hit. Chimera, again, is still brand new. Probably not hitting anything there. Resonators, I don't think needs a hit. Utopia, I would like to see Utopia hit. I know Dwan's not going to like me saying this. But Utopia's been around for a long time, and it's still a really, really strong deck. So I think seeing Utopia hit would be nice. I couldn't tell you what to hit. The only thing in there that, like, bothers me is the Unicorn, but that's just a me thing. I don't like the Unicorn. That doesn't mean we should get rid of the Unicorn, right? They can nerf the tax and it'll be fine, but Winder probably needs to be banned. Well, Winder's not, like, it's not even about banning Winder, right? It's about removing it from the skill. It was Hero on Baseball Girl. No, for this one, it was the hero engine in the baseball deck. The champion didn't actually bring heroes. Like, he just brought, like, the engine. It's tier thing. I'm just hoping the Despia skill makes it so you can't use the first Dark Lord while limiting it to only level 8 light and dark fusions. That's not a Despia. That would be cool. I think that's what fundamentally it comes down to. The reason I don't like Despia is because when I play that deck, it just feels like my turn 1 is effectively Tax Dragon pass with, like, you know, branded in red. And then the main win con / like form of interaction is just summoning the first Dark Lord. So I'm like, Tax Dragon is not a Despia card. And the first Dark Lord is not a Despia card. And yet they are my key boss monsters. And I'm like, this doesn't feel engaging. This isn't exciting. This is just kind of blah. Despia problem is Tax. Despia problem only is Tax Dragon. Just kill Utopia. I can see Chimera getting a limit 1 on something to get them off Beatrice. Maybe Invader of Darkness to 1. I could see that. Or get them off of Beatrice and pieces, I mean. Alistair Despia bros. It's not just Winder. That skill stone needs to go. I think, though, if we get rid of Winder, that is a big change, right? Just getting rid of Winder on its own would probably do enough that people wouldn't really care about the deck anymore, I think. Like, as in, the deck would still be really, really, really strong. You would still see it around without Winder. Because, I mean, the amount of games that I've been watching Shadow play, and they just don't go into Winder. And I'm like, why don't you go into Winder every single game? Obviously, when you're playing at such a high level, when you're playing into these very specific matchups, and you know the matchups really well, you'll know when and when you don't need Winder, right? So, to me, as smooth brain speed tourist that doesn't play Shadow, I'm like, yeah, just summon the Floodgate every game. But obviously they don't actually do that every single game. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome on in. Blah, indeed. Always the blah. The winner kept 100% win rate like Galaxy, Red Bull, and Baseball until the end. That's kind of impressive. Oh yeah, massively fantastic. I mean, he did so well. He did so well. The Dark Lord being an older card is the only thing I can realistically see being hit if they ever decide to touch it. Yeah, that's what I would like to see personally. Hit Dark Lord when Dark Lord nowhere to see. Whatever that meant. Dark Lord getting hit again for another deck sins. Dark Lord isn't a deck though, right? Nobody's playing Dark Lord outside of like meme decks. And then like now it's in Despia, right? Like unless we're planning to have Dark Lord get like a new skill or something, it's such an old, antiquated deck at this point. That's hilarious. Just hit Fleur. Just hit Fleur. Chimera had one of the worst win rates at the WCS. I mean, the only game I recall, because I think we did watch a couple of Chimera, the only one I recall was the one from the finals, where it just got floodgated to hell and back. There was that trap card that stops you from using field spells, quick play spells, continuous spells, all of that. And then it was like non-fusion area. And you're now sat there like, how do I win the game now? Because I can't do anything. Because at one point it was like, okay, we have Nightmare Phoenix, but then we used the Nightmare Phoenix, and then we got floodgated, and it was like, well, now you don't have the Nightmare Phoenix to get rid of the floodgate. I guess I just lose, right? It was really weird. I spend all rush dream tickets and make a new deck. Oh, what did you make, Sakadetsu? I'm really curious, actually. I just beat a Cyber Dragon at Legend with Ultimate Dragon. Then again, it's the end of the month. Blue Eyes best deck. Blue Eyes best deck. You don't even play the game. I mean, Kimfriend likes to talk about the game, though. He absolutely likes just coming in here and letting us know how much he doesn't like Rush. Always cogged 5 accounts every month. A Galactic Amnesia deck. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I mean, Amnesia's an interesting one to go for, but I respect it. I respect it. Hot take, Floodgates don't really work in Duel Links. Right, do you want my hot take? Floodgates shouldn't exist in the game at all unless they have massive restrictions on them. I think there are some Floodgates which are fine, right? I'm okay with, like, a Jinzo. Maybe not in... I don't know. Jinzo, at least back when it came out, was fine. Obviously now Jinzo doesn't matter because who the fuck's playing traps, right? But there are some specific Floodgates which are fine, and there are others that are just not okay. Like, Skill Drain's never been fine, bro. Like, Skill Drain isn't a fun card. Power Sink Stone isn't a fun card. There are so many cards that are just, like, super unfun. And then people would, like, defend them and go, like, we need the Floodgates because the combos, they go too hard and they'll OTK us in one turn. And then I'm like, well, then we shouldn't have made the combo decks OP. Like, what are we talking about? We need the Floodgate to fix the problem we made. Well, then don't make the problem or ban the problem. Like, it just seems so weird to me that we're like, oh yeah, we need the Floodgates. It's like, no, we don't. We really don't need the Floodgates. Design your game better if you think you need Floodgates. I don't know. I've never liked Floodgates. Never been a big fan. Ready to get laugh. Condemned Dark Lord to 1 makes Despia based. Condemned Dark Lord to 1. Which one's Condemned? Oh, the first Dark Lord. Right, there we go. Also, hello, Laser Shark. Welcome. I mean, so part of me is like, you could still get by with 1 first Dark Lord. The deck could be a lot weaker, for sure. But you could probably make do. Like, I don't think multiple is, like, necessary to win every single game. I think it makes it a hell of a lot stronger. It gives you a lot more flexibility. It lets you use multiple branded in red. Getting out 2 of them can be really, really oppressive. And it's really, really strong. I think you could still make it work with 1. Hello, Hunter! Welcome on in, my friend. How are you doing? A lot of people legitimately wouldn't play the game if there weren't Floodgates. Some people just like making others miserable or holding their opponents hostage. But my counterpoint would be, would the game be a much nicer place without those people? And I think yes. I think if your version of fun is just making your opponent unable to do anything, that is horrid. That is so bad. Because, like, an example, so back when Master Duel first released, I had a friend that would play exclusively Eldritch. And the reason he played Eldritch is because he used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day, and he wanted to get back into it. But he needed a simpler deck that played the way that he used to play, right? He doesn't want to sit here and learn, you know, he doesn't want to get a flowchart and work out how exactly he's supposed to do combos and how to play through all of this. You know, if you just flip over Floodgate, it makes the experience a lot easier. And so when I would be like, oh yeah, but Floodgates are kind of lame, like not being able to play the game kind of sucks, right? The counterpoint was, well, yeah, but if I play against a deck like, oh crap, what was it called? What was the ritual deck that counted everything? I always forget this deck's name. It's on like the tip of my tongue. Necros, Drytron. Yeah, Drytron, that's the one. Drytron. If I go against Drytron, they will just negate everything I try and do, and I don't get to play the game anyway. And so, like, from that perspective, it makes sense, right? If your opponent's going to build a board that is going to negate absolutely everything you do, is that fundamentally different from a Floodgate? So my argument was, there were several games I played in Master Duel where I could play through my opponent's board, right? Like, they would be like, right, I do this, I'll negate it. I do this, I negate it. I summon this, I bounce it. I summon this, I negate it. I do this, I pop that. But then when you finally get through all their interruption and then still build a board, or like OTK them through that, that is like, it's so satisfying. It's satisfying in a way that you don't get in any other card game. And I like that style of gameplay. I wouldn't want that to be like my only like card game fix, right? I don't want to just do that all the time. Otherwise, I'd be playing Master Duel, I'd be playing the TCG, but it is enjoyable to do. Whereas if your opponent floodgates you, now the logic is just have the out or die, right? Those are the two options. It's like, because like an example of this was if my opponent in Master Duel, because at the start both Skill Drain and Imperial Order were both legal. So if you're against an Eldritch deck, they can flip over Skill Drain, flip over IO, and then you're sat there like, well, I can't use a spell card to get rid of it. So no Harpy's Feather Duster, no Lightning Storm, no MST, none of that. And I can't use a monster effect to get rid of it. So no Tornado Dragon, no Nightmare Phoenix, nothing like that. So now I have to rely on traps to get rid of your traps. And who the hell was playing traps? Except the Floodgate decks. So it was just like, it was such a... Sometimes just have the out. Now, obviously, this is a very hyper-specific example. Those cards aren't typically legal at the same time anymore. But in that situation, just having the out meant, like, just have Dust Tornado, bro, and spend a turn setting it and then using it to pop it. It's like... What do you mean? It's not fun. It's not engaging. It's shit. It's shit. Good riddance then. That's my take. That's my take. It takes 1 to out the deck. Condemn to 3, Morningstar 2, alongside a Despia card to 3. Tragedy would be the best pick. Would remove BOE, TFD, spam, and nerf Despia. Again, the issue is, I don't think they'll hit a Despia card. I think they could hit all of the Dark Lord stuff. I don't think they're going to hit a Despia card. I think they're still too new. Like, maybe they hit, like, a really low rarity card. But, like, I think it's unlikely. I heard about Floodgates making the game bad. I would just remind that Konami created Rush Duels, creating a Floodgate boss for one of the main characters. Again, I don't actually think that's that bad, because it's still very easy to kill that boss monster, right? Even right now, in Duel Links, if you get that guy out, only, like, 2 decks can't out it naturally. Like, most other decks can just find a way to kill it, and if you can't kill it naturally, just put like Hammer Shot or TSA in your deck, and you'll just be fine, right? I don't subscribe to the like, it's this like oppressive thing that you just can't defeat. In fact, it's really funny punishing players that don't have outs to it. So then, if anything, you're like, well, just put this card in your deck, bro. I completely agree with you, but for that kind of play, it exists in everything ever, from card games to shooters to fighting games. I mean, I agree. I just don't think we should try and directly appeal to them. Drytron, Herald of Perfection, yeah, all of this. The Herald of Perfection, Herald Drytron stuff. A fun fact, all EU and NA players at WCS had positive win rate with 7s, while all Asian players had negative win rate with the deck. That's not, like, is that surprising? I think, for the most part, the Asian players were very much all in on like their 3 good decks. That's kind of how it felt at the very least. Interesting, we can include monsters. It's interesting discussion. It's not easy to balance. Yeah. Difficult. Getting a PhD in DDD is less accessible than Monkey Flip, so I can see why people go to those playstyles. Yeah, I think a lot of it is like, it's people that are like, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! I've watched the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. I just haven't played it because I fell out of love with it, you know, in Synchro format, in Xyz format, in Pendulum format, in Link format. At some point, something happened and you went, this isn't for me anymore. And then you're like, well, I want to play the game again. This new thing's come out. Master Duel, this looks fun. It's playing digital Yu-Gi-Oh! And then you go, my opponent is spending 6 minutes on his turn. He just keeps playing cards. I'm not doing anything. I've got Blue Eyes White Dragon in my hand. And then at some point, you're just like, you know what? Eldritch, load of floodgates. I can now play the game because my opponent is now taking very short turns or they're just immediately giving up. When the puzzle is puzzling. This is an inherent problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole for new and returning players. The game is stupid hard to learn for a new player, so we have a dwindling player base because of this. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, more and more people keep getting into the game as well, which I think is really weird. Like, to me, it's really strange when people are like, oh yeah, I got into the game in Orcust format. I'm like, that is so late in the game to be starting playing the game. That is so late. But I guess some people were like, I really want that, like, super advanced, like, gameplay style. That's what I'm really looking for. Hey, Toti, welcome. Have we discussed the 5-headed dragon yet? We actually haven't. We have just been talking about, I mean, a little bit of everything, I guess. We basically haven't really... The only thing we've touched on with 5-headed dragon is that we're probably getting the Dragon Tribe fusion spell. That's literally it. Floodgates having annoying rulings gets on my nerves too. Like, there can only be one. Stopping extra deck summons. Yes. Yeah, I understand that as well, yeah. But okay, let's get back to positive things. I think we're getting all of the filler characters for every world now. That is good news. Yes, I think that would be really, really cool. Oh yeah, did we discuss FGD? FGD's the Japanese game, guys. Come on. We're in the English version. We got English names. We got 5-headed dragon, not the 5-god dragon, because God is religious, and we can't have religious connotations in our card games. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We know this. Dragon's Tribe Fusion card or skill defo coming. I would expect Dragon Tribe Fusion, and again, for me, it would make sense to release Dragon Tribe Fusion alongside the Luke. But what's probably going to happen is they'll give you a single copy inside... What I'm expecting is a Luke structure deck, right? That Luke structure deck probably is going to have 0 Geas and Clad Soul in it with 0 Gygeus, because that just, like, would be very easy to do. But then would you put the skill in there, and then, I mean, I guess you would still just work that in. I think it could still be fine. Yeah, I think that's my prediction. I think it's a little bit janky, but you could just do a Luke structure and then just stick that in it. The issue is you would need a target for it in that deck. And obviously, well, I guess you don't need a target in there because you're going to get given the 5-headed dragon, but I still think you would put a target in there. There's a lot of different ways they could do it, I suppose. So the argument just made for Floodgate is the exact same argument anyone would put for any other Floodgate you're talking about getting rid of. Rockdale Floodgate is the exact same argument anybody would put forth for any other Floodgate that you're talking about getting rid of. I don't know what you mean by that. Because the extremely heavy OTK focus of the game, mechanically, there's no difference between Floodgates that sit on the field forever and things like Nibiru or Drawn Lockbird. I think there is a difference. Because, like, people build their decks in such a way where you can play through specific interruptions, right? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the difference between an interruption and a Floodgate, right? I think interruptions can be played through, and you can mitigate things. A Floodgate is you have to have a specific out, right? Now, you could make the argument where you need a specific card sometimes to play through something, and that's fair enough, but typically you have a lot of ways to search those sort of cards, whereas you don't necessarily have good ways to have easy access to the cards that out the Floodgates. So, like, it can get a bit awkward. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I hate Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the way. That is the way. I can respect that some people want to play simple decks, and some want to use combo. Yeah, in my mind, that's where you have, like, to me, Sky Striker has always come across as a simple deck to play. You don't really have to, like, combo so much as you just kind of get the cards into grave, and then you just kind of have lines. Like, I guess you could... It is still comboing, but it's, like, very simple combos. Whereas if you want to do, like, these super extravagant, like, do this into this, which combos this, that triggers this, and then I do this, and then I'll link these off into this, and then that triggers that, and then I do this, and this, and this, and this. That's, like, what I consider, like, a more traditional combo deck. So I still think there are ways to have simpler decks and the more complicated combo decks, like, exist at the same time. That's why they made Rush, to simplify the game? Yes, absolutely. Rush, again, to me, is aimed at people that stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point and want to get back into it. And either they'll play, like, old formats, like Go, like Edison, or they'll go to Rush. Right, that's kind of how I look at it. Because I really like Edison, at the very least. I like Goat. But when you've played Goat for, like, I don't know, like, 10 games, you start to realize there's not a lot of diversity in Goat. Like, there is a lot of different decks you can build in Goat, but they're not good decks. There's, like, 4 actual good decks in Goat, and the rest of them are all just kind of a... Like, I'm forcing myself to play something different for the sake of playing something different. Whereas Edison actually feels like there is a bit of diversity there, and it's actually, like, some really interesting gameplay loop. So, like, there is that. 5, get it, Dragon. Oh my god. If we do get Dragon Tribe Fusion, then Geas Tribe Fusion is becoming my pet deck. I mean, could be. That could be really cool. I think Master Dragon Knight is getting an animation. That would make sense. That would make sense. Brother, do not call him Cladsoul. He is Guy Geas. Yeah, he's Cladsoul. Bro is cladded. Because Yugi and Kaibu use it versus darts. I mean, it would make sense, right? I mean, it sees a lot of play in general, right? Like, the first time we saw it was in the first digital world they went to with the Big Five. I suppose the Big Five were in both. The one at the end of Duelist Kingdom was the first time we actually got to see it, which was still pretty cool. The dragon is a normal monster. They could put it in Grave Bronze. They could put Grave Bronze, but Grave Bronze is a pretty strong one. Alright, I'm off to watch the football. Have a good stream. Brighton versus City. I mean, if it is Brighton versus City, that should be an easy win for City, right? Easy win for City. Brighton is like... Whenever Brighton does well, I'm always like, how have you done this? Like, you were like a dog shit team for so long, and then I think just one season they were like near the top of the table, and I was like, how has this happened? I can't wait to hear Atem say Master Dragon Knight. Attack Galaxy Crusher. Probably the coolest attack name in the game. It makes no sense for Dragon Master Knight to say that, though. Let's be honest. TCG Striker is not a simple deck. Also very annoying. Striker is more of a control deck that could set up for OTK. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. It's still a simple deck. Right? I don't consider TCG Striker an actual... Like, compare it to, like, all of the other decks in TCG, and I still consider it, like, the simplest out of all of them. I'm fine with Sky Striker. Maybe in the filler arc world. Well, again, we keep saying filler arc world, but it is just going to be an update to the first one, right? But I know it's easier to say that. They'll finally give us the rest of the Harpy Sisters for Rush, surely. I don't think that's going to happen. I love activating spells and board breakers. I mean, yeah. Rush Insect being completely free to play. I mean, it is. Konami took Goat out back and gave it both barrels. There's 0 point in talking about that, lol. So, I still like... So, the thing is, I grew up playing Goat, right? I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At the very beginning. Like, I think, well, I say that. I think I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Metal Raiders was a pack. Like, that is when I started getting the physical game. And so I played competitively all through Goat, all through GX format, all through 5Ds, right? So, for me, that's my nostalgia. So whenever I see the Goat decks and Goat gameplay, I'm like, I played that for years, right? That is my nostalgia. That's my childhood. I love that stuff. So I'm always happy to talk about Goat. Isn't Edison format more popular? Yes. Oh, Edison format is just better in every way. Edison format is more diverse. It has more interesting gameplay. Goat format is basically like built around flip monsters for the most part. Like, it's about using overpowered flip monsters to recycle overpowered cards and use overpowered effects, and about denying people using flip effects. So it's all about Nobleman of Crossout, like Mystic Swordsman level 2. It's all about that, right? Whereas Edison is all about like these different strong combo decks. The combos obviously are very simple combos, but they're still combos, right? It's about a lot of like synchro plays. The only real issue I have with Edison format is a lot of cards from the GX side of things are just still really, really strong in Edison. So like Lightsworn is still there, Twilight Sworn, White Space. Was it called Chaos Lightsworn? I think was the name of the deck at the time. I'm off to watch football too. Have a good stream, Tomato. Thanks for stopping by, United. They use it like 3 times in the show. New DM world, so mean legacy dual comebacks? I mean, potentially. Yeah, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! From the time it came out to Link format was announced as far as the TCG is concerned. I mean, yeah, it's nice to, like, reminisce about it, personally. I think it's just anything nostalgic, right? Anything, talk about anything from my childhood. It's like, I was having a conversation with some people about Power Rangers the other day, and I'll happily yap about Power Rangers. I have no idea what's going on in Power Rangers these days, but I watched Power Rangers as a kid when I was like 5 until I was like 7, probably. I watched like all the Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. Like, I loved that shit as a child with Ivan Ooze, like one of the best villains written ever. That movie is like so cheesy and bad, and yet I could still watch it now because I have a lot of nostalgia for it, right? So like anything nostalgic, I'm always happy to do it. Jokes aside, jokes on you. I play it Lightsworn before it was called Goat/Edison. Well, there you go then. Same with you, Tomato. Started the Goat format. Stopped when XC's released. So I stopped during Synchro format. Towards the end of Synchro format is when I stopped. So round about the same as you, Hunter. Yes, it was Chaos Lightsworn. I mean, again, I like Lightsworn. I think Lightsworn's a cool idea for a deck, but I never liked playing it. Because it always just felt like... And then you always milled the wrong shit at the wrong time. Like, you'd sit there and you'd be like, oh, where are my wolves? And then you fill up your board, and then the wolves get milled. And you're like, great. Neat. Thanks. Leon plays Valkyries. I mean, their fans must be excited. So, it's not actually Leon that plays Valkyries. Leon plays the Fairy Tail deck. He plays the, like, Cinderella, the Iron Hans, Iron Knight. He plays all of that stuff. The person that plays the Valkyries is Leon's brother, Siegfried. Leon plays Fairy Tail. Yeah, exactly. Stormberg Castle skill? Oh no. Imagine if they get a skill that makes it more like the anime effect as well. But yeah, that was kind of it for the reminiscing about Worlds. That's how I spent Worlds, I guess. One thing I do want to do is I want to watch this. I haven't watched this yet. So I'll go ahead and chuck this on YouTube. So I do want to see this. We'll go ahead and mute that. So this is the... I guess we can fiddle with this a little bit. I don't know, this is probably fine. This is the football collab that they're doing with Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just really curious as to what this is. Is this just going to be a shoe collab? Well, Neymar. Yu-Gi-Oh! X Football. Master. So what, are they going to get footballers to play the games? Because there's no, like, there's no Yu-Gi-Oh! Merch or anything, is there? Like, they're not wearing anything Yu-Gi-Oh! eFootball is a game, I think. Oh. This. And then eFootball Champion Squad. Ah, okay. So what does that mean? Does that mean in Duel Links, because obviously Duel Links is included, we're going to get eFootball stuff? Like maybe like a deck mat or something? There's in-game stuff coming. It's the UA support. UA support! Hey, Duel Links Alpha. Hello, hello. We'll give a shout out to Duel Links Alpha real quick. Duel Links Alpha. Bam. There we go. Welcome, everyone. I summon Neymar in attack position. Could you imagine? So Konami have announced that to mark the 30th anniversary of the eFootball franchise. A collaboration with Yu-Gi-Oh! Will be held across the OCG, TCG, Master Duel, and Duel Links later this year. No specific details have been announced yet, but check out the DSOD style teaser video below and let us know your thoughts. Collab code for special stat and pank. It looks like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players aren't super excited. Let's see what Mech has to say. The new UA support! Always there. I mean... There's always one, isn't there? There's always one. People can't just... They just can't just let people enjoy what they like. Rip. What do the comments say on the video? I mean, we can have a look. I mean, that's not remotely helpful. I summon Mbappe in attack position. Konami activated polymerization. Neymar attacked directly. UA support confirmed. Neymar is a link 10. What's going on? What are you collaborating? Oh, we should probably actually fix this so you can see this a little better. Bam, there you go. Collab with Overwatch 2. Fallout. DSOD. Why don't this is going on here, but involves two of my favorite hobbies. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if I really care, if I'm being completely honest, but card games on football. Oh, Lamau. Watch we get Neymar as an unlockable character. If we got Neymar as an unlockable character, that would be so good. It will get real just with this sticker, title, and profile picture, and that'll be all, probably. No Crimson Post? Not yet. Not yet. Duel Links did the baseball collab and the game mats and sleeves. Probably going to do the same. Based on the Joey ad, we are getting a new dragon. Red Eyes Nike Dragon. Konami own a ton of shit. That isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Soccer World confirmed. It's just such a nothing announcement at the mo. I'm just glad we got this expensive trailer and Duel Links got a JPEG. Yeah, that is actually so sad that this got more production value than the... I'm actually getting like mildly upset by that, if I'm being completely honest. Look at them shoes! I'm curious as well, because there was a show that came out called Blue Lock, which I really like Blue Lock. I know a lot of people shit on it. But in Blue Lock, they had some real footballers, but they animated them. And I'm wondering if there is a Neymar anime. Or like an anime version of Neymar. Apparently, there's a character called Lavinho who is meant to be Neymar, because that's what they did in the... So anyone that doesn't know, Blue Lock is a football, or if you're American, soccer anime. And what they did was they took some of like the world's best players. They kind of took their identity and put it onto a new original character. So like, oh, world's best footballer is blah, 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 blah. And so that like that was like Cristiano Ronaldo was like that. But then for some other footballers, they just took them one-to-one and put them into the show. So like some of them, they were like, here's a actual person, and this one's like their anime counterpart, I suppose. Almost feels like how they had those celebrities as the Shadow Duelist thing in Master Duel, whatever it was. Yeah, it does kind of. I mean, Brad, Duel Links is, what, like 9 years old? They need to find things to make it relevant again. Rugby. Oh, wait, wrong anime. No, not rugby. Not rugby. Rugby, yeah. Come on, man. But, I guess moving on. Yu-Gi-Oh! WCS 2025 filler arc update confirmed. Konami has confirmed that Yu-Gi-Oh! Virtual World Waking the Dragons and KC Grand Championship, otherwise known as DM filler arcs, will be coming to Duel Links on September 30th, 2025. Did they actually confirm the KC Grand Championship? Because Noah's from the Virtual World arc, which was in between Battle City and Battle City Finals. Well, I guess it was in between the Battle City Finals. It was like halfway through. Obviously, this is Waking the Dragons. Did they actually confirm the Grand Championship? I mean, either way, I'm excited for Grand Championship. This is where we're going to see Leon. This is where we're going to see Siegfried. This is where we're going to see probably like the majority of Rebecca's good stuff. And then, like, all of the other goofy characters. There was Vivian Wong. And then I don't think we saw a lot of the other players actually see play. Or the other duelists. Like, we saw Grandpa play. With his, like, ancient dragon deck. Which was really cool. We saw, like, Rex and Weevil play, but they got OTK'd in a single turn. Real life / gaming anime crossovers are too silly for me. Clothing is where I draw the line. I mean, it's still funny. I love it so much. They should collab with Noah Lyles because he doesn't do... Because doesn't he do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card pre-ritual thing before he runs? Where he has the Blue Eyes White Dragon with him? I mean, everyone should do that. Like, before I come on stream... I mean, I don't actually, so I'm just going to pick up the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Card here. Me and Guilford the Legend. This is probably going to be blurry. I got Guilford the Legend here. This is just the first card I could find. You know, he's now my spirit card before I stream or before I go to work. We will always be relying on our Guilford the Legend ritual. The KC Grand Championship is the code for like 2 years. The Ninja Guy. I mean, there were lots of them, right? There was a Sherlock Holmes like imitation. There was like lots of ones. Guilford based AF. Well, he's in Rush. He is a Rush card as well. So he'll be coming to Rush soon, hopefully. He is your ace. He is now, as of right now. Sure, why not? The Guilford One-Trick Pony, always going to be the Guilford. So that comes on September 30th. Oh, did we actually get a date for that? It did. I didn't even clock this at all. So we got an entire month before that comes out. That's not too surprising, really. Characters like Noah Kaiba and Darts were confirmed, but the update to Duel World DM seems to indicate the KC Grand Tournament arc will also be covered, which would mean legendary duelists like Siegfried and Leon might also show up. A new currency also appears at the top right of the duel alongside gems. This currently was previously accidentally revealed crystal currency, which Konami added text for on the shop/help section back in July. The product can be purchased by using these up. These can be obtained with a crystal purchase screen. Oh, is it because this is the Kaiba Dome from that arc in the anime? Is that why we're saying that this is KC? That would make sense, actually. That would make sense. So does this mean we getting more anime/Duel Links exclusive cards? Potentially. At the very least, it means we'll be getting more characters that are filler. That is my expectation. I don't think we necessarily have to get anime exclusive cards. I think it would make sense that we do. But I don't think this guarantees it. So right now, the only like pseudo guarantee is we're going to be getting more filler characters. But either way, it's still really cool, right? I mean, do we care about Dragon Master Knight? Does this matter? Like, this is going to need a skill to do anything, realistically. Like, the difference is, this is a completely shit card without, like, some busted skill, right? But this is actually a good card in Rush Duels. This is just straight up a good card. Both these arts look so good. This is, like, the classic. It's, like, iconic. But this goes so hard, man. Like, look at this art. Look at that beautiful dragon. Roboppy for Reigns, finally. So I've started watching Reigns. We are now at, like, I think we're approaching episode 40. So we're slowly getting through Reigns. So far, Roboppy is one of my favorite characters in Reigns. That is such an exciting... And again, I know Roboppy gets, like, a human form at some point. We haven't even gotten there yet. But Roboppy is so cool. I love Roboppy so much. I still remember Joey summoning him versus Marek. I sacrificed Rocket Warrior, Panther Warrior, and Lava Warrior. So Guilford the Lightning. Guilford the Lightning is so good. I have a question. How do you out FGD in Rush? Also, it's just it can't be destroyed by battle. So you just kill it with an effect, right? A trap card, just get rid of it. A spell card that pops it. A monster effect that pops it. Just anything that pops it. Now, right now, if we're talking about, like, in Duel Links right now, if this card came out with nothing else... Well, you can kill it with light cards. So if you're playing a light card, you can just slap a Talismanic Seal Array on this. You can get rid of this with Hammer Shot. You can kill this with The Friend. You can kill it with Doom Metal. You can kill it with the Widespread Ruin or the new trap that you pay 3,000 life points, End of the Universe, or whatever it's called. Like, there are ways to get rid of it. Like, it's just, What this means is, when this card exists, sort of like the new Maxima monster we've got, the Beast Team, you now just need to be aware that it exists, and now maybe you need to include some tech cards that help you deal with it. That's all it really means. Card destruction effect. Is that exactly what Mono said? Exactly what Mono said. Full Art Chronicled would go so hard. They always do. They look so... I mean, we already see, like, the new Chronicle effect, right? We go back to this. Look at this, like, black flame going around it. And we know it's, like, fully animated. And it looks so good. It looks so good. If you use the seal with darts and win, the opponent losing sprite and lose line is changed to just a lifeless one. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, there's lots of things you could do to make it, like, really exciting. Like, I would love it if, when you lost to, like, the Seal of Orichalcos, you get, like, an actual mechanical effect happen. I think that would be really, really cool. It would be really, like, awful if you lose to that, though. But it would be really fun if, like, I don't know, you lost and then, like, you lose, like, some coins or something. I don't know. It would be too punishing, but it would be really funny. I would really like that. If it comes out right now, you can only summon it with Poly. Yeah, I mean, we're not expecting this to come out and not come with Dragon Tribe Fusion, so I'm expecting Dragon Tribe Fusion. And again, the easiest way to give us Dragon Tribe Fusion is to give us the Lug and all of Luke's stuff, because all of Luke's stuff uses Dragon Tribe Fusion. Imagine if we got the Dragius star, bro. That'd be so good. It'd be so good. Dangerous row, not bad. Glad to hit champ. Oh, damn, I didn't even see that. Tomato, I met a Yuma player at Legend 5. I had beaten him, but I conceded so he could get Cog. Was that wrong? So, right, on one hand, you have just removed a Yuga player from the rank up ladder. So that is sort of doing a good deed, right? So, depends how you look at it. Dragon Master looks like it has sunshine coming down on it. Yes. And this, again, is a fully animated thing. It's like the sun, like, I think it, like, rotates or, like, it glimmers or something. Like, it's a proper animation on it. Why would it be wrong? It's your game. It's about the morals of it, Mono. Come on, it's all about the morals. Felt bad for the guy. More custom animations for all anime-related cards definitely can go hard. Yeah, it would be really, really cool. I'm sure he's more happy to get Cog. If you lose to seal, your gem count goes to 0. Oh, imagine as well you take your opponent's gems for winning. Just gambling. Tomato wants to skip Rovian so bad. I mean, yeah, we should skip Rovian. Right. We skip Rovian, we come back to her when we bring in, like, Darkmeister. I think that's a good compromise. Skip Rovian, get the Lug, bring Rovian back when she gets actual important cards. Because, again, Rovian pre-contact is crap. Like, again, you'd need a busted skill to make her good. Just skip. Just skip. We don't need it. We don't need it. Yo, is that BMATs? Ban Norrentino. Well. But overall, I mean, one thing I do want to talk a little bit about is the Dragius. So for anyone that doesn't know, the Lug is the antagonist of, like, the third? The second or the third arc? But his boss monster, his main boss monster is the Dragius, right? So this is just a vanilla, right? Vanilla level 7, so this is like secret order food, right? A dragon that made 7 supernovae go gamma ray burst. Its name is the Dragius. The Dragius. And what you do with this is you use it with the new Dragon Tribe Fusion, because if we just take a quick look at Dragon Tribe. Dragon Tribe Fusion. We'll make this over here. I know you can't see it super well because chat's there, but it's... Actually, we can do this. Fix it? No, that makes it worse. Okay. Well, either way, if you have a face-up level 7 or higher dragon-type monster on your field, you can fusion summon by shuffling a face-up dragon-type normal monster from your field and 1 or more dragons from your graveyard. So what you're supposed to do is get the Dragius out and then fuse it with more copies of the Dragius in the graveyard and get out these bad boys. So we have the Dragius star, which is made using 2 Dragius. I guess we'll get rid of chat for now, just so it's easier to read. We'll bring you back in a minute, chat, if we remember. But for now, we'll get rid of you. So if you have 2 or more normal monsters with the same name in your graveyard, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Multi-choice effect, 2 attack position monsters with the same name on your field can attack twice. So if you get this out and then 2 more copies of the Dragius, you can now make both of those Dragius attack twice, so you now have 5 attacks. Or special summon 2 normal monsters with the same name, which again, could be those 2 Dragius. So over the course of 2 turns, you can set up like this ridiculous play. Then there's the Trinity Dragius star, made using 3 Dragius, or the Dragius. If your opponent has 2 or more monsters on their field, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. This card can attack thrice during this turn. 4,300 level 12 that can attack 3 times is pretty hype. Or shuffle up to 3 normal monsters from your graveyard into the deck, then destroy spell and trap cards on your opponent's field up to the number of the Dragius shuffled into the deck by this effect. So good. So good. If I'm being honest, I'm not too sure I like the Dark Flame on 5-headed dragon. Maybe if it was like combo of the colors of the head, it would look great. It just kind of only works with the fusion color. I will say it does look better when it's animated. So we can't obviously see it in a picture, but like it does look a bit better when it is animated. The way I beat him was I negated his Pell, and when I tried the rank up spell, sent back the spell, so in Grad Task destroyed his other rank 4 monsters. It's important. It's important that we keep them. We got to beat them. We got to beat them. We got to beat them. Third arc bro completely erased Rovian from his mind. It's because let's be honest, right? That arc, the exciting parts of the second arc were George Jersey and the jerseys, right? The Soul Jersey deck, and then Yuna and bringing back the Seven's Road Magician. Those were the exciting parts of that arc. Let's be honest. That's it. So new structure deck incoming. I hope so. That would be my expectation, because we haven't had a structure in a long time. It would make sense to bring it out now, especially if we want to hit spellcasters post Worlds. We need a new deck to take its place as the new like free-to-play deck, and a dragon structure would go hard there, I think. Let's skip Rovian and get to Contact Fusion. I mean, what Contact Fusion do you want, Hikari? That's my question. Do you want Dark Matter? Like, are you waiting to get like Dark Matter Emperor Dragon? Is that what you're hoping to get? Thinking, if we talk about it, Dragius, my beloved, let's skip everything and get Cosmos Princess deck. But that's the thing, Mono, right? We don't have to skip anything to get to Cosmo Princess, because it's not related to the anime, so we don't have to skip an anime series to get to it. It can just come out whenever Konami think it would be appropriate. Just think about that. It can come out now. Now, it would be way too strong, but we could release some of those cards. We absolutely could. I hope it's toxic. What are we getting? Full spell / trap wipe. It's pretty good. Does Rush have filler arcs, Tomato? I mean, Rush's manga is very different from the show. In the manga, Luke is the main character. Like, actually the main character. And his deck is different. So, like, you could make the argument that all of the Rush anime is filler, which I guess by extension means none of it is. And the introduction to the guy. That guy is so good. Best character. Best character. Yeah, it's the only monster I can summon on OCG. What do you mean, Hikari? You actively play the furry deck. You play Animagica all the time. And you summon all of those monsters. Normally, the first episodes of each arc, not an arc itself. I mean, if we get to FGD, just like Seven's Road, then they need to give us a structure to support it. I mean, they don't have to, but it would make sense to, right? So I think it would make sense. Just free Dark Hole Device. It's a perfectly reasonable card in the current Rush climate. I think with Shady in the game, there is now a justification to release it. I'm not saying they're going to, but they could. Anyway, the last card I want to talk about is the perfect Dragius star. So this is level 12 made using the Dragius and 4 level 7 monsters. So you have to use 5 monsters to get this guy out. He has the same stats, so 4400 level 12. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, so one card from your hand to the graveyard. This turn, this card can attack all opponent's monsters once each. So this isn't like necessarily better than Trinity Dragius Star, but it's like a different option, I guess, is the way to think of it. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to this update, right? I really hope we do get a Dragon Structure. I hope that we do get the Lug coming soon, because that would make real good sense to go with a Dragon Structure. I think it's really interesting thinking about what we could get. Because, I mean, the other thing is, right, I have, this, right? So this is like a list of some of the filler characters from DN that we potentially could get. And some of these are really cool, right? Obviously, Rebecca Hawkins. She plays, what? Fire Princess? Like, Reverse Burn? Like, the second time we see her? Because before that, her deck is, like, Shadow Ghoul with, like, Sangana, Witch of the Black Forest, right? So, like, maybe she gets some sort of, like, Fire Princess Reverse Burn deck. Jean-Claude Magnum. We could actually get... There is a world in which we can play as Jean-Claude Magnum, guys. Shit, I fell asleep in the middle of the stream. That feels so nice to hear. We were so boring, we sent Corey to sleep. I apologize, Corey. I can only apologize. Man, I have to watch the VOD later. I mean, you haven't missed a lot. We've just been yapping, right? But, like, Jean-Claude Magnum would be such an interesting character to get. Especially because, like, his deck is, like... It's basically a bunch of, like, vanilla ninjas that don't really do anything, and, like, wimps that summon other vanilla ninjas. So, like, there's not a lot going on with his deck. But, I mean, now, there's a world in which we could unlock him. And then Vivian Wong, who we did speak about before, she plays, like, the Panda deck, I guess is the way to think of it. Jean-Claude Van Damme, the ninja character. Jean-Claude Magnum. Come on, man. You gotta get the name right. So we could get Vivian. And then, obviously, there's all the other characters from this arc. But I don't know how many of them actually see... Like, how we actually see their decks. I don't think we do. I think most of them are skipped. So a lot of these are whatever, because they're, like, from Season 0. I don't think we're going to get any of the Season 0 stuff. But then, obviously, there's Noah. We know we're getting Noah. Again, Noah's deck is going to be weird. Again, they could give him the Spirit stuff, but, like, when I think of Noah, I don't think of a Spirit deck. I always think, like, Shinato's Arc is, like, his main thing. And then, like, I don't know, I always consider, like, Chiron the Mage, like, a Noah card, but... One thing we could do is get the Mimic of Doom. Or, you know, people call this guy Gay Clown. He's also known as, like, Shadow Kaiba, or Kaiba's, like, dark side. But, like, we could get him. I'm not really sure what we would get with him, but he's on the table. He is on the table. Then obviously we have Darts. Again, Darts' deck is really weird. Like, if we go and take a look at Darts. Divine Serpent Gare. Okay, that's a real card. Then we've got, like, Orichalcos Aristaros. Oh, that dude. You want the Penguin skill? What, you want Crump? You want Crump? We could get Crump. I like Crump. Can we get all big 5 in 1 year? That would be good. That would be really good. People call him Green Kaiba. Well, Green Kaiba is the Season 0 Kaiba. So, like, are we going to get this as a custom card? This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except with Orichalcos Shuneros. This card cannot be destroyed while you control Orichalcos Shuneros. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, change the attack target to this card, and the defense of this card becomes equal to the attack of the attacking monster plus 300 during the damage step only. After damage calculation, one Orichalcos Shuneros you control loses attack equal to the defense of this card had during the damage step. Have the big 5 be one character that switch back and forth. That would be pretty cool. That's a good shout out as well, or like call back to the show. We already know exactly what we could get. They're not going to literally make new cards for Duel Links. Yeah, but they have done that, right? anything that's in the PSP Tag Force game is free game. But why? Yeah, but again, so first things first. What you're doing is you're saying that they haven't set a precedent that they will make new cards, right? They will only use brand new, unique cards that they've taken from a different game. But all they have to do is make one card from this, and then the floodgates are open, right? It's like we were like, they're not going to release filler characters. Why would they? They've never done it before. It's based on the manga. And then now we have filler characters coming out, right? So I think it is a folly to just assume that they will not do something because they've never done it before. Every single year, they are doing things they have never done before. So there is always a chance. There is always a chance. There's like 6 Kaibers: green, normal, blue, fake, Kybermen, Otis by name. But we can have all the Kaibers. Just put all the Kaibers in. My bad. I thought it was him. But yeah, we absolutely could get these cards made. Konami can do whatever they want, right? They can absolutely do whatever they want. Like, just assuming that they won't because they haven't before is like, again, you're like absolutely gonna walk into a trap there. I just don't see them making new cards when they can pull the pieces from other video games. Yeah, but again, right, why did they pull cards from other video games? They're not real cards. There was no reason for them to bring Tag Force cards over. They just chose to do it. There was no reason to. Right? Why did they do that? They didn't have to. There was no logical reason to bring them over. They did it just because they wanted to, right? I mean, yeah, I don't know if Kite Rope is in Tag Force though. Like, I don't know. I don't know specifically all the Tag Force specific cards. I forgot this was a ritual spell, you know. But yeah, there's loads of stuff they could do, right? Because like a lot of these characters as well, like if we release darts, what deck would you give darts, right? So let's go down the line of we're not going to release any brand new cards, right? Kite Red, I'm almost positive within a different game, and they port it over. I mean, we can try and find out, right? We have the technology. Kiteroid, Tag Force, yeah, Tag Force 3. So there you go. We know it was from Tag Force 3. They already ported over a bunch of stuff from the other video games. So that's just what I see happening again. You know, I don't think a lot of these cards, like, because the only video games where they created new cards are games like Tag Force, right? So it's like they can't bring over like Noah cards from Tag Force. They can't bring over like darts cards from Tag Force. We need compensation. If Speed gets their filler characters with useless decks, I better see Konami give Rush players Marguto and Neanderstar and Schrödinger. I mean, we could do, just probably way later, right? I'm not trying to say that they couldn't make completely unique cards. I'm just saying it's highly unlikely when we have resources to pull them from other games. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind if they started making Duel Links exclusive cards, then slowly transition them over to Master Duel, just so that I can see Farther's reaction to cards he's never seen before. I think part of me is like, Duel Links is starting to lose its identity a little bit. A lot of people already call Duel Links Master Duel Lite. And in some ways, that's not an inaccurate description. So one thing they could do, and again, we are very much like in the realm of speculation, of just having a bit of fun discussing. They could make Duel Links the funny anime exclusive card game, right? Where you still have real decks, but then they could start putting in a bunch of anime exclusives. And then have that be like Duel Links' actual new like hook is, oh, you can play with these cards. You literally can't play with these cards anywhere else. They are in Duel Links, right? I think that would be a cool like hook to be people like, oh, you know, did you like darts? Do you want to play Darts' weird Orichalcos deck with Orichalcos Dexia and Gigas and Kiyotora? You can play with them in Duel Links. And they're actually playable and not really bad. I think that would be really cool. Master Duel Pocket. I mean, that's kind of what it has been, right? So, like, I like the idea of that. Again, would they actually do that? How viable is that? Would that put a lot of people off? Would people, like, immediately quit the game if they started doing that? I don't know, maybe. But it's interesting to think about. So obviously we've got darts. Then we got Raphael. So Raphael plays Guardians. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever played with the Guardians cards or read the Guardians cards. They are garbage. They are, like, really, really bad. So if we do get Raphael, and I expect us to, right? If we're getting darts, we're not getting Raphael, right? What are we doing with Raphael? What kind of skill are we giving Raphael to make Guardians playable? Or do we just, like, say, forget the Guardians, here is something else? Like, here's a TCG archetype, you can have that. Or it might even bring people back to Duel Links if people knew those cards would come over to Master Duel eventually, and so people would play them to learn them. That would be pretty cool. Again, I think they want to keep Master Duel very pure. Like, Master Duel, as far as I know, is meant to be as close to the TCG game as they can, while trying to, like, bridge the gap between, like, the Western and Eastern players. So, like, I really don't know if they'll bring them to Master Duel. Guardian cards was, like, second speed box when we get them. Exactly. Konami will find a way to make them playable. Trust. That hunk gets Fluanderies for sure. You think Raphael is going to be playing Flu? I mean... and he gets a skill that allows us to summon the Guardians without needing their equipment in play. They might actually be funny. Funny, not good. Alright, what could we do to Guardians to actually make them playable, right? So first off, their boss monsters are garbage. Like, basically unplayable. So this is probably going to have to be along the lines of, like... I don't know, like, summon them out basically for free? We're going to have to plus out the arse to make this deck work. Like, we're talking, like, because we already have Despia that can get a +3. So we're talking, like, +5, +6 off this to make it actually do something. We need the cards to have, like, a way to OTK, probably, and we need ways to protect them. Like, this is, I don't know, is there a way to make them actually playable without the skill, like, literally being the entire game? Equip skills, 100%. He gets a skill. If you summon this card, you win. He gets Sword Soul. Imagine he gets Sword Soul. That would be funny. Not the literal penguin. Yeah, I mean, giving it to Crump would be good. Naflu is a Chad deck, and Raphael is the Chad of the series. I mean, Umbral are garbage, and Konami didn't bother helping it. I mean, it comes down to, like, are they trying to push the character? Because if they aren't, then they don't really give a shit, right? Consistency plus card spawning willy-nilly, make them able to attack directly, like the Odd-Eye Starving Venom skill. Probably, something like that. You can't even normal summon the monsters if Equipper's not face up. Now, don't worry about that. That's not important. So we got Alistair. We did already speak about Alistair a little bit. He plays, like... His main deck is like a machine deck, I guess. Like, I don't know what, like, machine archetype we could give Alistair. Because there's a lot of them. Do you give him, like, Rescue Ace or something? It's not quite the same vibe. But... I don't know, some sort of machine deck. Union stuff? What kind of Union stuff? ABC? Yeah, but why would you not give ABC to Kaiba? Like, Kaiba's, again, he's literally getting a new skin. Just give him that, right? That like, writes itself. Would be a good excuse for them to invent modern support for these characters in the OCG, but then you'd have to wait a while for them to show up. I mean, yeah. I think, though, they won't, like, pump them all out back to back to back, right? My expectation is we'll get a big load with the revamp of the world. That'll be, like, the 6. And then we'll, well, I guess... Because theoretically, we're going to get the 6 new skins. And we're getting Noah and Darts. I would assume... Would we get them at the same time? Or are they going to stagger them? Was this just an... Because, like, announcing them at the same time and then releasing them separately feels like it would... then take a while to get them out. If they're taking up regular character slots, then that also pushes back everything else. There's a toy archetype he could be given. Oh, you mean like the Boxer Friends? Or are you talking about a different one? I hope they print more fire monsters so he has Fire Machine. I mean, Fire Machine could work. That kind of is a good homage to like everything he does. It would be cool to have, to include fire monsters and machine stuff. I mean, I can't remember what the rescue, because I don't play Rescue Race. Like, this was my first thought, and I don't know if these cards are... yeah, Fire Machine deck. Well, I mean, there's Warriors as well. But Fire Machine Warriors, perfect. We have a deck for Alistair to play. 2 level 45 gem farms. I can't wait. I like that idea too. I want it to print support cards for the new ones. I mean, that would be awesome, right? That would be really, really cool. I mean, just think about, like, because we got like a load of retrains. Like, even back in the day, we got the Legendary Fisherman update, right, with Sea Stealth Attack, and then we got those put into Duel Links, and that works so well. Just do that again, basically, right? I believe the new talk is based around a card called Toy Box. Yeah, that's Box of Friends, right? Or are you talking about... Because there's Toy Vendor. Let's have a look. Toy Box. This, I'm pretty sure, is this the Box of Friends one? Or is this a different one? Is this his deck? Like the Toy Knights and stuff? Of course, if this does come out, we would be getting them with Bonaparte, right? Or Jean-Louis Bonaparte. Alistair the Rescue Ace. I think it would work. It would work. I would like it, personally. Bonaparte would be such a good character to get as well. I would love to play as Bonaparte. Like, Bonaparte in his toy deck, I loved the dynamic between Bonaparte and Crowler. Or Kronos. But, the big one, I think one of the biggest ones. Now, if we are making anime exclusive cards, what better cards to make than the armor cards? I think most people have been a massive fan of Valen and his armor cards since they saw them as kids. Bro literally just summons like a pair of legs, a helmet, a chest piece, and 2 arms, and then equips it to himself. And it is the coolest shit possibly ever from a Yu-Gi-Oh series. Especially as a child watching this, I was like, Valon is peak. I want to play Valon's deck. And the fact we have never had his cards in anything, like in no way, shape, or form have we had his cards, is a crime. It's such a crime. There are several different toy archetypes. There's the one from the show, the Box of Friends you're talking about, and Toy Box, which is set to some old cards, called it Toy Magician. There we go then. Yo, Tomato, hello, Icy, welcome on in, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you had a nice long rest after the long stream watching Worlds. Had a great time. We had a lot of fun. And then Icy did also manage to get top 4 in a Rush tournament yesterday. Although, I do have to say, Icy, it kind of looked like you kind of stumbled into semi-finals. I don't want to take away the achievement, but I looked at the bracket and I was like, damn, son. There was like 2 DQs and then like, I think you had like 1 proper game on the way up. But still, congratulations nonetheless. The armor cards are in one of the Tag Force games. Those are what people more than likely get. I mean, we should take a look at that if we can. Let's jump over here. We're going to take a look at Valen. Alright. Burning Knuckle ×2. Let's click this, see if it has. So this doesn't have an armor equivalent. Or a tag. Because if they did, maybe in appearances it will tell us? No. I assume if they have a Tag Force version, it will say. like on here, but I guess there's no guarantee. Main article. Okay. Oh god. It's taken us to this game. Let's get out of that as soon as possible. Right, Active Guard. Big Bang Blow. That was one of his, like, more iconic cards. Main article, Big Bang Blow. Again, it's on that. Destiny Board Traveler. Why are we seeing them from Destiny Board Traveler? Bakugan-looking character. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm a massive Valon fan, but as I saw how they treated the Mech Lord parts in Duel Links, I don't want to see them. That's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it. Don't worry. It'll be fine. At least I 2-0'd Light Galaxy. Nice. That's what we like to hear. That is what we like to hear. We got to keep the Light Galaxy down. People in the tournaments get 2 DQs, and I had to do 6 matches against multiple Tier 1 and Tier 2. Well, it just goes to show that you got to earn it, right? That's exciting. I don't like how every time it's like, oh yeah, anime cards with their TCG OCG counterpart. I mean, that's neat, but I want to know if this has like a version from thingy. Oh well, it's not super important. Either way, I would love to get these cards, right? Like, there's got to be an image. Is there no image on here of him wearing his armor? Are you kidding me? How do you fumble that so hard? Like, bro, just put him in his armor. That is actually disappointing. They've chosen to not show him in his armor. Okay, apparently that was a fever dream, or someone modified one of the PSP games with the armor cards. I do not have counterparts in a game. Really weird. I could have sworn they were in something. But that's what I mean. It'd be weird if they had like DM stuff as unique cards in a GX game. I think that would be very strange. But either way, Valon, I would love to get Valon. I mean, again, if not, like, what else do you give Valon? Like, he plays like floating armor. It's not easy to come up with a deck for him. Then you get, like, Gurimo. Like, do we care about Gurimo? He played Marauding Captain. He basically played, like, just a generic warrior deck. I mean, he was in one duel. Lost. I mean, just, obviously, he gets soul taken immediately, so he's kind of whatever. NPC for sure. Yeah, I think that makes sense as well. Armor, full armor, XCs. Or XYZ. And then it's like, do we get the Orichalcos God? The Great Leviathan? Are we going to get this guy? That could be cool. I don't think we're going to get most of these. Like, I don't think we're going to get, like, Critias, Hermos, Timaeus. I don't think we're going to get Iona. I guess there's a non-0% chance that we get Ironheart or Chris. I doubt it, but, like... I don't know. Then we get Siegfried and his Valkyrie deck. The only problem with this is aren't most of the Valkyrie cards already out? So I guess we could get some, like, Valkyrie skills. That could be pretty cool. And then Leon. How many of Leon's cards do we actually have in Duel Links? Do we have all of them? Like, all of the cards that are in TCG, I should say. Because I know we have a lot of these. Timaeus, Critias, and Hermos can be all skills for Yugi, Kyber, and Joey. Yeah. We missed one card. What's the card we're missing? The boss one. Well, Hextrude. Do we not have Hextrude? Good old Hextrude. Might be a stretch, but we could get a Nordic skill as well. I mean, we absolutely could. Like you say, anything is kind of on the table. Well, you got to remember, Golden City is not the same as Fairy Tail, right? So the Golden City support cards, like, we might have all the cards that specifically reference Golden City, like Strongbird. And then, right, we have to get Alexander the Great, right? There's no way we're not getting Alexander the Great in Duel Links, right? Like, I mean, it would be a actual travesty for us to not get Alexander the Great. We should also turn the chat back on since I've remembered that we turned that off. There you go. There you guys go. Back on the screen. We can just make them Duel Links exclusive cards or new support. I mean, we absolutely could. For Valkyrie, we missed 6 cards, 5 spells on. Oh, are we actually missing that much? I genuinely thought we already had them all, and we just don't play them because they're bad. Because I remember Grand played Valkyries for a little bit. I've never, like, the only thing I've ever liked about the Valkyries overall is, like, the fact that in the show, Siegfried would just be like, now I play Ride of the Valkyries, and then he just, like, OTKs people. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Because, like, especially when you just don't explain how anything works and you just die, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You just played a card and they just died. But come on, Alexander the Great. We got to get Alexander the Great. We have to get Alexander the Great. Imagine a world where we don't get Alexander the Great. That would be so unbelievably disappointing. Now, the only issue is, I believe Capsule Monsters, like specifically this series, was basically West only, so I don't think we're going to get it. Apparently there's a turn skip in Valkyrie we don't have. What, Mischief of the Time Goddess? We could get Mischief of the Time Goddess. The question really is, though, are we getting Desert Girl? Do we think we can get Desert Girl? I think Desert Girl would be a pretty good addition to Duel Links, but... Are there any anime-exclusive cards? Now is the time to print them in the TCG and give them support in games too. That would be really good. I would really like that. None of this stuff really matters. I mean, I guess... Alright, is Anubis on the table now? Because DSOD got its own world. But we could just chuck Anubis in. Valkyrie Erst, Goddess Skald's Oracle, Goddess Erd's Verdict, Goddess Verdande's Guidance, Mischief of the Time Goddess, and Ride of the Valkyries. I love them so much. I forgot about Anubis. The Sphinx cards really do need a skill to be playable. I mean, yeah, they're garbage, right? Absolutely garbage. Desert Girl is probably as important as Rovian. Yeah, probably about the same. I mean, that doesn't matter. He's already in the game. She's already in the game. Whatever happened to my man Marnie? Is Marnie going to come out eventually? Come on, guys. Even Scud got in before Marnie. Like, what's going on here? Come on. I mean, Princess Mary could come out. Anyone? Princess Mary? Eh? I don't know if we're going to get the Witty Phantom. Obviously, there are other filler characters beyond these, but these are like not even the big four here. I suppose, are the big four filler? Or the big five? Please, no. Can we get Atticus at long last? I don't know. Atticus isn't filler, so maybe Atticus can't come. Anubis best guy with Pyramid of Light, the Shinxie cards, and maybe a Kyber skill for Blue Eye Shining Dragon. I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? That would be pretty cool. Alright, but. The other thing I did want to take a look at is these new Cosmo cards. So this is basically the monosync part of the stream, where we're going to take a look at all the monosync stuff. Hi, how's Duel Links treating you? Hello, Fee-Fi, Fo, Flo. We have basically not played Duel Links at all today. We have been talking about the World Championship. We've been talking about the new stuff that's coming out and the new update and what it could mean. We've been speculating about different filler characters that come out, like Jean-Claude Magnum and... Where is he? Alexander the Great, coming to Duel Links soon, guaranteed. And now we're going to go and take a look at the Enter the Starry Court Princess Cosmos. The big five have a chance to enter than Atticus at this point. Unironically could do, especially Crump. Crump is so iconic. So, Princess Cosmos is a goddess who exalts and celebrates freedom in a far-off universe. She picks up countless planets and plays with them as she pleases. That, by the way, will absolutely fuck those planets up. Right? Planets need to exist, especially planets that hold life. They need to be a certain distance from the sun to maintain life. So by moving them, you are dooming these planets that have life on them to death. The planets destroyed by her games and pranks are reborn as new planets. Okay, so we're just going to cause a genocide, but it's fine, we're going to make new things. But even those worlds will be caught up in her games one day. Okay. So we have Princess Cosmos the Cosmic Trickster. I mean, this is a cool art. 2826 materials, Princess Cosmos the Trickster, and 2 Galaxy Monsters with 900 attack. During the main phase, this card was special summoned. Choose one card your opponent's field and destroy it. So just only the turn we summon it, we get to pop it. If you fusion this card by using 9 or more monsters as materials, instead destroy all other cards on the field. So I guess we use like a Miracle Fusion, fuse 9 cards together, wipe out the whole board. Could be pretty good. Then we have Princess Cosmos the Trickster, so this is the fusion material. Level 9, 900, 2600. So during the main phase, this card was normal or special summoned. Destroy up to 3 monsters on your field. Then you can fusion summon a Galaxy monster with 900 or 2600 defense by shuffling up to 9 Galaxy monsters from your graveyard into the deck as material, but you cannot have effective for the rest of the turn. Okay, so we summon this, pop itself, then use it to fuse into this, ideally with 9 cards, and then we wipe the whole board. Pretty good. I have to wait for GX World revamp next year. I would love a big fan appearance, finally get good Penguin support. It would be really good. It could be the reason why we didn't get an animated trailer. It could be across all of the worlds. I doubt it, but there's the chance, right? We can never say never. She is cute. It's okay. I'm tired of using magical hats, Mantises, and Actresses to make them playable. Well, yeah. So next up, we have Princess Cosmos's Astronomical Observation. During a turn you have not activated this card, choose one level 5 or lower Galaxy monster with 9 attack in your graveyard and add to the hand. Level 5 or lower, so you can't grab this boss monster. Okay. So this is the one that I've seen a lot of. So this is Princess Cosmos's Beauty Sleep. So this card's name is treated as just as the Cosmos Princess while in the hand or the graveyard. When a player normal summons a monster, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, destroy that normal summon monster, draw 2. So this is a unbelievably powerful trap card. This is New Start, but you have to discard a card, and then you draw 2 afterwards. It's so good. It's so unbelievably good for a generic trap card. I'm curious to see what they actually do with this. Oh no, Striker in semi-final. Oh well. Oh well. More Rush anime, here we come. I mean, we don't know if we're getting more Rush anime, right? Wait, Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is... I assume we're not saying, like, it's actually confirmed. It's just, like, the effect is 9, so we're making a 9 joke. And I think some people have, like, taken that literally. Alright, Cosmorta the Black Hole Polari? Shouldn't it be Polarity? Okay, Polari. I guess it's like it's a fairy, maybe? It's a fusion monster made using 2 Galaxy monsters with 900 attack. Yeah, sorry, because the many 9 references. Yeah, I thought it was. Continuous effect, this card's attack Pierce. Okay, 2k Pierce, yeah. During your turn, monsters your opponents control lose 1000 attack. Okay, so during your turn, it's kind of like this guy's 3000 attack, if you kind of squint at it. Then we have Cosmostar the White Hole Polari. So 3 galaxies with 900 attack. During the main phase of Cosmos Fusion Summon, choose 1 Galaxy Fusion monster with 19 or 2600 defense in your graveyard. Special summon it to your field. Then you can choose 1 Jest of the Cosmos Princess in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can add it to this for the rest of the turn. So you can grab back this, another copy of itself, or the big one. You just get them back to special summon to the board. And you can then take the trap card back to your hand. Or if you don't need the trap, you just take the actual spell card itself. That's really good. That's really, really good. I suppose you do have to make it using 3 monsters. Maybe that's like the downside. There is 1 dual players that loves Samorg. I might just build that. And play till they print his support. Most loyal fan I've seen in the community. The Cosmo Princess being the first ever printed level 11 in Rush, because Diskarma isn't real. I mean, Diskarma's kind of lame. I don't really think we need Diskarma in the game. Hot take, I know, but eh. So now we have the level 7. Uranus the Planetary. So these are all going to be... Okay, yeah, they're all named after the planet. So this is Uranus. Or Uranus. Uranus. So 600... 1600 defense, 900 attack, level 7. Reveal a Princess, Cosmos the Trickster, or Jester the Cosmos in your hand to your opponent, special summon this card from your hand. Okay. So you get to summon it for free. During your main phase, that a card on your field was destroyed by an effect, choose one spell trap on your opponent's field and destroy it. Okay. That could be pretty good. Then we have Saturn. Again, you can special summon it. During the main phase, this card was normal or special summoned. Fusion summon a Galaxy monster of 1900 or 2600 defense by sending face-up Galaxy monsters in your field to the graveyard as material. Okay. That's also pretty good. Good night, Tomato. Good night, Alpha. Thanks for stopping by. If Rush added a Synchro format, I'd play Rush, though. I don't expect Synchros to come to Rush, full stop. But if they did, I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. They've only just really done Ritual. So this is Jupiter. Another level 5. So that was level 6. This one's level 5. During the turn this card was a normal summoned, destroy this card on your field. Then you can choose one level 6 or higher Galaxy monster with 900 attack in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay. So the idea is, I guess you summon this, use its effect to bring back this, and then like fuse off. Then we have Mars. During the turn this card was normal summoned, choose one card on your field and destroy it. Then you can choose one monster on your opponent's field in battle position. After this effect's activation, you can activate the effects of monsters until the end of the turn, except Galaxy monsters. Okay, that's fine. So this is Earth. Why is Earth an old man? What's going on here? During the turn this card was normal summoned, choose one other card on your field and destroy it, then you can draw one card. After this card's effect activation, you can activate the effects of monsters, except Galaxy monsters. Okay, against whatever. Why we have maximums and cool rituals from extra deck, and contact fusions, and normal fusions, and the mysterious spells and traps in the extra deck soon. Don't worry, they're coming. They're coming. So this is Venus. During the turn, this card was normal summoned, so then it goes into the graveyard. Then you can destroy this card on your field. This is ass. This is just bad. Mercury. During the turn, this card was normal summoned. Excavate the top 4 cards of your deck and reveal them. You can choose one level 6 or higher Galaxy plus 900 attack among them and enter the hand. Place your many cards in the bottom of your deck. I mean, that's fine. And then we get the boy. Oh, look how beautiful my boy looks. Look at how immaculate the Blackluster Soldier looks. It's good for the big fusion, 3 monsters to the graveyard. Yeah, but it's still not good, right? What you've just said is it's good for the fusion. It is not good, right? This basically is, I'm just going to get -1 for no benefit, except if I have a card to combo with it, it can do something. You never want to play a card like this. This is just straight up bad. The only reason you play this card is if you have another card that specifically needs you to have like a level 2 Galaxy with 600 defense or something. Like this card is it's just straight up bad. Like straight up. There is literally no redeemable quality of this card. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Rush BLS is real? Yes, it absolutely is. And it's gorgeous. The only negative is they haven't shown us any other support. It's just this and the ritual spell. So when we get the rest of it, it will be more enticing. I actually don't like that they revealed it here. I would rather they kept it and showed it when we got all the rest of the support for it. But I guess they're going to drip feed it. But it looks so nice. And the ritual spell as well. Oh, look at that. I do like the original version because it looks a bit more clean. But like, this still looks really cool. New tier 0. Hey, Soramir. Welcome on in. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really cool, right? The issue is, these cards are, like, they might even be on EDO now, but there's no point in, like, doing anything with them. We have no support for them. So it's just a 3k guy. Fun fact, BLS and Gaia the Fierce Knight are the same monster. I mean, is that like a fact, or is that like a speculation? And then we have her. Oh, it's been so long. There was so long where we were like, we're never getting this card. This was shown in the anime so long ago. But it's finally coming out. So this is either Mega Magical Sheep Girl Meeg-chan Max Wool, or Super Princess of the Flock Max Mutton. Now I think we all know which is the cooler name, but we also know which name we're getting. Impossible. Gyra's blood. The artwork confirmed in Japanese interview in the 90s. I mean, that's pretty cool. Alright, level 7 Light Beast Maximum Effect Monster. 2500. This card's name is treated as Princess of the Flock Miss Mutton while in the graveyard. Send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard. During this turn, this card's attack Pierce. This card's in maximum mode. This card gains 1000 attack and cannot be destroyed by effects for the rest of the turn. So it goes up to 5000 attack Pierce. That's not bad. This card's name is treated as Miss Flock while in the graveyard. Send a Meet and Greed or Beaming Bell Beam from your hand to the graveyard. Choose 1 card in your opponent controls and destroy it. Okay. We get to pop a card and we get the big piercing attack. And then choose 1 beast normal monster. So it should theoretically be Miss Mutton, Meet and Greed, or Burning Beam in your graveyard. Add it to the hand. If this card is in maximum mode, choose up to 3 of those cards and add them instead. So in order to use the effects, we have to send 2 cards. And we have to send specifically a Meet or a Beam. So we can now get those 3, use that to fuel the other 2 effects. Is this actually good? So the old cards, the anime one, they were treated as normal monsters in the graveyard. So that meant we could bring it back with Paku Pakuchu. We could bring it back with Secret Order. Now it's just treated as Miss Mutton while in the grave, which is like fine. But that now means we can only get it back from the graveyard with like the sheep cards. It lost the level increase, but the pieces on their own get better. The thing is, I still don't think the pieces on their own are good. They're just kind of now like, oh, you can do something while you're waiting to get the max. And the max itself is like, it's fine, but it has the same problem every max has. And that is, it doesn't OTK. You cannot kill someone in 1 turn with like any maximum except Overlord, right? I mean, there's probably an exception to that. But I can't think of one. Maybe? No, because Oki-Abyss you can't. I'm going through the maximums in my head. I don't think there's any maximum that can do 8,000 damage other than Overlord. Like Machine Magnum Overlord. So this kind of falls back into that again. 5,000 Pierce is like a lot. Being able to pop a card is still good. Sea Serpent wipes the board and is boosted. But does it boost up to 8,000? Is the question. Let me have a look. Bryce, what are they called? Something Abyss. So this doesn't boost attack. Loses attack and defense. Yes, none of them boost attack, right? So it's still just going to be 4,000 damage. Ah, it's this one. This card gains attack, you attack of 1 face-up monster on your opponent's field. I mean, you only get 1 pop, so you could make the argument that Shine Steel can maybe do it. But, like, on its own, it's not going to do that very often at all. So I don't know if I'd count that. But, I mean, I'm excited to get this card. I just don't know if it's going to be good. Abyss Kite mentioned. Oh, yeah, we were talking about maximums. I mean, I think that the Cosmo Princess deck should be relatively strong. Like, this does seem like it has everything it needs to be powerful. Blackluster Soldier is obviously super hype. I would imagine, or I wouldn't be surprised if this got mixed in with the Black Magician of Chaos stuff. The big issue is it's an Earth monster. So I don't know if that's going to massively conflict or not. But other than that, it's pretty good. And with that, that is most of everything done. I suppose the last thing we'll touch on is that we do have... And we'll go ahead and put this up as well. If I could not delete everything I'm trying to use. Why am I so bad at typing today? There we go. So we have another tournament today, the Starry Rush Cup. I guess I'll go ahead and chuck that in the chat so that if people do want to play in that, they have access to it. So it's going to be very exciting. We have another Rush tournament. For Duel Links, we did just have a tournament. So we now have a bit more data to go off, which is very, very exciting. And notably, this is what our pie chart looks like. Now again, week 1. Take everything with a grain of salt. People are still trying out new stuff. People haven't worked out the new builds yet. People are bored of the old stuff, etc, etc. So, with all the disclaimer gone, Seven's Road is still the top performing deck. Music Princess has now crept into second place, and Light Galaxy, down in third. So, again, I don't think anyone is going to argue about Light Galaxy now being like a bad deck, but this is like a nice looking pie chart. Imagine if this just like stayed for like the next month or something. That would actually be quite nice, I think. Obviously, Join Tech is now here, and then E-Hero, which was considered like the second best deck, is also down in the dumps as well. So, very interesting. Very interesting. But again, we've only had 3 tournaments. So, we'll see how this goes. Jarvis, read Ceremonial Night. What about no? What do you mean, Sora? Do you not like this format? Would you not be happy to see Seven's Road be the new best deck? Join Tech will overcome Light Galaxy. I mean, imagine if today, right? Imagine if Join Tech wins Starry Rush Cup 12. And then it just like jumps up. I'm tired. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Music Princess and Join Tech being high up on like on the tier list, that would go hard, man. That would go so hard. Right, with that said and done though, the last thing I really wanted to do today is open my Shadowverse packs, because we have been holding on to Shadowverse packs for so long. And so what we're going to do now is we're not going to play any Shadowverse. We're just going to be opening card packs. Because, I mean, I like opening card packs. I'm sure some people like opening card packs or watching card packs be opened. So the plan is we're going to go and do that. So first thing we're going to do is sort the settings out. So we're going to go boop. And then we're going to also get rid of this. And then we're going to go over here. Ta-da! So, we're going to open up some card packs. That's something I want to do. Who won Starry Rush yesterday? It was... Who was it? It was Sack playing Music Princess. Yeah, like Sora said. Like Sora said. So I haven't actually claimed the deck yet. We're going to get to that. Right, so first things first, we're going to open a card pack. Hello, Legend. What we getting? What we getting? I mean, Sham Nash is pretty cool. This is Abyss, if I recall. Yeah. So this is the select an enemy follow on the field and add a copy of it to your hand, and then it's the Faith card. I mean, Faith is an interesting mechanic. I don't know if I like it that much, to be perfectly honest. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and get our chests. That's the plan. Card pack dopamine rush. All right. First thing we'll do, I guess, is claim the extra key. $149 chests. Right, let's go. We got chocolate, guys. We got chocolate. Nothing particularly exciting in there, but let's go again. Okay, a lot of coins and vials. That's what we like to see. Okay, again, coins and vials are good. Obviously, what we'd like to do is get a couple of individual packs. I think that would be quite nice. Obviously, if we high roll and get the 100 packs, that would be sick, but like, we're not really expecting that. We haven't got any packs yet, just like cosmetics, coins, and Still no packs. Come on, we're hoping to get at least a couple of packs. The thing you have to remember is that coins is 500 coins for a pack. So, like, this isn't even one pack, like all of this stuff. Come on, RNG. Give me a couple packs. And we'll take more gold cards, though. More gold. Again, it's still good to get gold, right? Okay, well, we got a Glamew. That's pretty cool. Part of me is like, have they taken packs out of this? Can you just not get packs anymore? A Grand Prix ticket is okay. 500 rupees. That is basically a pack. So that's pretty good. Right, we only have 9 left. We got another legend card. We got a pack ticket. We finally got a pack ticket. We finally got a singular pack ticket. And we got another legend card. Unfortunately, it's Rune. I'm not a big Rune fan, if we're being completely honest. Okay, well, we got a load of stuff. We don't have any of that, so that's irrelevant. So we go over here. We have one pack. Actually, do we have any of the old ones left? With 0 of that, 0 of that. Okay, that's fine. So we'll get a 1 pack. Rush has never looked this good right now. How, no idea Konami updated it this much. That's just how it goes. Okay, Concretely Entwining is pretty cool. Not upset with that. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and spend all of our stuff down. Let's see what we get. Okay, so that's going to be a good one. Not sure about the rest of it. Okay, so this should be a gold pack. We got Illusory Conjuration, that's okay. Congregant of Truth. Unfortunately, we're getting a lot of the cards I don't really care about. I guess I kind of want to get the Haven cards. I think the Haven cards are what I'm after. Okay, here we go. So this is where we're going to get a legend. I mean, Meribane is, like, interesting, but he's kind of his own deck. So I don't know if that's super exciting, to be honest. I mean, Screaming is pretty good. Screaming and Loathing. This is like part of Modibus. Modibus looks like it's fun. I have no clue what this game is, but I can always appreciate a little card pack Gamba. I mean, that's the way I always look at it, right? What we're basically... Like, the exciting stuff is going to be very obvious, right? It's going to be the legends, there's going to be rainbow effects, it's going to be massive all over the screen. Beyond that, it doesn't really matter, so it should be quite obvious when we do get a good pull or not. Like, right now, we're just trying to fill out our collection. Alright, we go again. Okay, so it looks like we got 2 legends. And this is immediately a legend pack, so there should be something good in here. That's a second Sham Nasha. That's actually pretty cool. The issue is I don't know if I'm playing Sham Nasha. I mean, we'll take double Pharaoh. Was that a ticket? I don't think it was, but we'll find out in a minute. Because if it's a ticket, usually it's a bit more swirly. If we do have a ticket, there'll be a very obvious effect at the top of the screen. Okay. Another Disdain. Another Usurpation. The thing is, I don't really want to play Sword, if I'm being honest, so... Any of the Sword cards, I'm kind of like, eh. Yeah, okay, we did get a ticket. We did get a ticket. The thing is, who are the characters from this? There's the cool black guy for... Was it Rune? Which was like really sad, because I really like that character. Then there was... Who are the other ones for this? Was it another like little girl character? Have you pulled one before? Yeah, I've actually pulled about 4 of them. So like we have quite a lot of them already. Card go shiny, my Yu-Gi-Oh brain stimulated. That's what we need. That's all we need. I'm going to head out now later. See you, Prince. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to head out. Good luck with the pools. Thanks for... Everyone's leaving. See you, Fifi. Rune is Battle Pass. Dragon Girl and Sword Dude. I don't really care about either of those, if I'm honest. So there's not going to be anything in here. Alright, I am far more likely to play Dragon than I am Sword. So, I'm actually not upset with that. And we did just pull a Glameow as well, so we already have one of this card. Alright, Legend, Legend, Legend. That's our 3rd Sham Nasha. So we have a full playset of Sham Nasha. The issue is we don't have the other Legend yet. And Sham Nasha is also the one you get from the structure deck, so I guess that means I don't need to get that deck anymore. Okay, looks like not a particularly exciting one this time. We have a playset of Screaming and Loathing, so that's neat. If you ever want to use that. Time to become a Dragon main. Dragon is a deck I have always really liked. It's just kind of been bad. So, like, I'm not opposed to picking up Dragon. The issue is, like, spending the crafts on it. That's the issue. It's like, you can only really invest into 1 or 2 decks. Well, there's Congregate. That's a playset of him. I think that's our first Shining. Alright, here we go. Here's our Legend. Okay. So I don't like this deck specifically. I like Dragon. I'm not a big fan of the Disdain stuff specifically because it's sort of a burn deck. And I'm not a huge fan of burn. But this card does look awesome. Like, look at how cool this looks. That is a really sick looking card. Where's the cute sword boy? He's hiding somewhere. Cast Club Entwining. I haven't seen that card before. Well, there's the Congregant. We have a lot of Congregant SRs. I can tell you that much. Alright, let's go for another 10. Alright, well, nothing in this one. The issue is we haven't been getting, like, super great luck with these pulls. We're really going to have to rely on our crafting, which means I think we're only going to be able to build 1 deck out of this box. At least right now. Which is fine. It just means we have to do a research before I commit to doing anything. We have so many of you. I really don't need you, Congregant of Usurpation. Right, why have I got 2 Runecraft Legends? I don't want to play Runecraft, bro. I really don't want to play Rune. I really don't want to play Rune. I've seen people play Ramp Dragon with a smaller Disdain package, but I don't know if it's really that good. Yeah, we'll have to see. What I want to do, ideally, is play the Aqua stuff, right? Like, play the Mermaid, whatever it was. You know, the stuff from set 2. That I think is, like, the really cool Dragon stuff. And like, maybe use that with the Disdain package. Masquerade also looks cool. It does minus 600. Then it's all downhill. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, I think it's a playset of Flame and at least a playset of Congregant. Alright, we'll use the last of our money. And we'll just get the last couple packs we can.
Wait, 4 packs. That's what we get. Okay, we are getting a legend at least. Okay. Devastating Soprano. It's pretty cool. Don't really care about Disenchantment. I don't want you! I think every... Maybe the Abyss stuff is okay, but I don't have the rest of the Abyss stuff is the issue. So I'd have to like go very heavy into crafting. I haven't got any legends from the decks I actually play. Because like, if I'd got like the Portal or Haven, obviously that would have been perfect. But now I'm going to have to craft absolutely every single one. I mean, I think it's the leader, right? The Visage, I really don't care about the card style and home screen. I think it's just leader. Because now I don't have to play as Galen. Always leader. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do for my other ones. I mean, there's a thing you can do, right? First off, let's go check out our feeds. Got some orbs. I mean, that's nice, I guess. If we go to... Deck portal? No, that's not helpful. Where's the place where you change your characters? Leaders. Here we go. Yeah, so we've already got the, this one. I forget what her name is. What is your name? Daria. We've got Daria, and we've got Ether on here. On our other account, we also have... Who do we have on the other account? It's not Alfred. It's not the guy clad in armor. I cannot for the life of me remember who it was. It was one of the other ones from set 1. Who was the other one in set 1 that wasn't her... Oh, it was Cerberus. It was Cerberus. We have Cerberus on the other account. You have multiple accounts. So I made 2 accounts at the start because the logic was if one of them did like really bad, I could swap to the other one. And that ended up actually happening. My main account actually ended up having really, really bad pulls. And my alt account, which is this one, ended up having much better pulls. So we ended up just keeping this account. I don't really play on the other account anymore, but it exists. We still have it. So, you know. Right, we're just going to go ahead and liquefy some stuff quick. It's always nice just to get a little bit of extra crafting material. At least we have a couple of golds to liquefy, that's always nice. Okay, 30,000. So to make a legend, it is... I'm trying to remember how much it costs. Let's get Haven up. Haven's like our main at the moment. So if I want either of these two, 3,500 each. So we can make... What, 8 legends? So if we count that 6 legends and then use the rest of it to make the golds that we need. So we only got 1 repose. We only got... Oh, we couldn't disenchant because we only have 2 of it. Okay, so we have 2 disenchantment. So I only actually would... If I was going for a playset of everything, I could quite easily finish off Haven. That's no problem. I mean, we never had UD to begin with. We never needed it, but we might need it now. We also never needed Zwei, so we never bothered with that. Because we've been playing Artifact and not Portal. If we want to play Egg, though, I don't know how much... I'm going to have to look at like some actual lists of this. Because if we want to play Egg, we might have to get more of the puppet cards. 3 of the 4 points. I think either way we're playing these decks. We're only missing 1 Soprano. Oh, we are missing 2 Congregates of Destruction, actually. This is the one where you... Yeah, this is the one where you make an egg. So this is actually the important ones. But I'd need to make one of them for sure. But again, it comes down to, do we want to play egg? Do we want to play egg? Maybe we want to play egg. I'm going to have to spend some time, do some actual research, and then go back and have a look at this. But when we do, then we'll be able to come up with like a decent idea of what we're doing. But that is going to be it for today. We are finishing a little bit early, but that's because we weren't planning to like play anything today. Today was a Yap stream. It was just to have fun, chat, open some packs, so I finally have a direction I can go in. That kind of stream. But thank you guys for watching. We will be back again on Tuesday, where we will be playing with probably Cyber Dragon in Rush on ladder. That is going to be the plan. Thank you for the follow, Moon. Do appreciate it, as always. So yeah, we'll be back again, probably Rush, Cyber Dragon on Tuesday. Then I will, assuming there's no like big change, right? Because maybe there'll be a ban list in the next couple of days, maybe, and maybe a new speed product. We will probably be doing a bit of speed on Thursday, because I do want to get back into playing the dinos a little bit, so we'll probably be playing some speed then. So again, Rush Tuesday, speed Thursday, and we'll see where we go from there. Don't forget, there is still a Starry Cup on today, so anyone wants to play in that, do feel free to sign up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!